You are now here on a Wednesday with Easy, the tech preacher. Truth to be told.
It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? It's Wednesday, hey, tell me, are you ready? It's Wednesday, tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go with easy, yep, tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher, yes indeed it's easy. Yep, the tech preacher. All the real wired ones, where you at? 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 All the real wired ones, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the thunder? Are you ready for the Galaxy S22 Ultra 24 Ultra Killer?
The real question is, are you ready, nigga?
Yeah, that's the question.
Oh yeah. All right.
Given what I saw, what I've been seeing, hey man.
Woo,
Hey, man.
What's up, everybody?
I don't know, bro.
What up, y'all?
Chilling.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. So we got to discuss. How y'all doing? Welcome, guys, to another episode of Wired Wednesday, the day of the week that we go in. That's what I say. Somebody say, you go in what?
Oh, sir.
Pause.
Going what? Pause. Major.
Man.
Major
So
pause.
this has been an interesting week, man. I actually got up. And then I thought Kim was gonna come on because she clowned me for the Galaxy event. Said me getting up preparing for.
Well, we all clown you on that Oneplus.
3 a.m. The
So,
3
yeah,
a.m.
And
prep.
we clowned you on the Samsung event, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning preparing.
So I
Oh, you
was
gonna
up.
get clowned, sir?
I was up late editing, and I was looking at a lot of videos that people was. OnePlus have already dropped
Reception.
videos about the OnePlus 12, but we got the official tissue.
Oh,
And they are actually doing a great job, and we thought we also didn't know the price, right? And all of a sudden, for 799 bones.
So I guessed the price right.
16,
I guessed the
512,
price
sir.
right and been telling people what the price would be during the pre-order.
well, now the real question is Easy gonna buy this shit?
No,
No,
hell
he's
no.
not buying it. He's
Hell
buying the
no.
S24 Ultra.
No,
I didn't buy.
sir.
I haven't even ordered the S24.
Oh, I know, but that's what you're buying. You're getting
It's
the
not
black
going to
one.
be hard to do, though. E. It's not like it's an iPhone.
You're just waiting for the
No.
trade in a couple of.
It's not hard to do to get a
Thank you, Juan. See, Juan
Are
was.
you
What up,
going to?
Juan?
Are you going to trade in anything, sir?
Yes, I am trading. See, y'all ain't even
Oh,
let me
whoa.
finish. I am doing
Well,
trading.
it's hard to let you finish. You talk a lot, but go ahead.
So my
Hey.
calculation that the OnePlus 12 is going to be probably about 3 and some change for me. So I mean, it's almost a must buy for me, right?
Why
I
don't
mean,
you get that first,
Well,
and then later on get the
what are you bringing to the
24?
table?
But
Yeah,
He's
what are
like,
you
"What are you
trading
trading? What are you trading?"
What are you
in?"
trading in, sir?
I think I'm doing like a fucking
Nigga, you better do a Note 8 or some shit.
He's looking at the wall of
Something like
devices
that.
that he has.
yeah. No, look, I don't remember. I think it was like an
Right,
S10.
you know.
It'll be
You're looking at
about
the wall of
Yeah.
devices.
$400 shipped to the crib. Maybe
S10.
$440.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like a S10
Yeah, so
maybe-
you're going to be paying about $450, $460, $470.
like a S20
For an S10 or is it
As he
He
S21?
might, who knows what he's getting for it? I'm just being.
Yeah, let me look at this.
Let's look at this and let's get some
S22.
facts going on. Let's not even surmise.
I think I'll put the S22.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
22?
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
giving up my S23. I mean, I got the S22.
For the
I would
for
give
the
that up.
S24 or for the the OnePlus 12?
OnePlus 12. They give you the free upgrade.
Okay.
So they're doing the free 512 for
So
$799.
S22 Ultra. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you trading in for the S24 when you get it?
No. I'm talking about for the OnePlus 12.
What she's asking you,
I
sir.
thought you were
Right,
going to get
that's
both.
Because I know you've been drinking early. It's
Man, you
she
ain't
wants
getting
to know
both,
what
nigga.
you're trading in for the S24. I speak JoJo. She wants to know what
Thank
you're
you,
trading
Juan.
in for your
I
S24.
don't know. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Get rid of the Gen 1 is what Juan said. Get rid of the Gen
Yeah,
1.
absolutely.
Either I might do the Note 20 or something like that. Don't know if I want to get rid of my Note 20.
I
but
think I keep that Note 20.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. But let's see
You're
what
talking about OnePlus 12.
OnePlus
Let's
12,
see.
Latrell.
Let's see
Good
what
video
the
today, too, sir.
Samsung does. And listen, I'm not ordering the S24 till the next round of
So you're
trading.
gonna wait?
Oh, absolutely waiting.
Okay.
I didn't.
Fair
like I
enough.
said, yeah, I'm absolutely waiting. Right. You know, some people say it's all back ordered now till March. So I mean, it don't matter if I it in or not. So you know, yeah. So I seen a post that say that it's back ordered all the way to March.
Really?
I think you can still walk into Best Buy or something to get it.
Yeah, you can believe you.
Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it right here.
I see you, Kia.
13
That's
Pro
good.
Max. She
Yeah.
said she get $500 for that.
Damn.
And she got a coupon. Hey.
Cooper, all right. I got to move my screen around because I can't see shit.
Get your money, play back.
Yeah, you got all that shit up there, sir.
Yeah, I got the.
Oh, you saw that? You saw that?
Hey, Sean, did you
No, I
upgrade
did.
your Rodecaster, Sean? You know there's an update.
Excuse me?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
an
it's
update available for the Rodecaster. I don't know if you upgraded. Yeah?
What's up, Deacon?
It fixed some issues. I think it also made it where you can use USB mics.
Really?
yeah, that's pretty neat.
A couple other things. Oh, you can also control the decibels of the sound effects that you put
Maybe
in.
just
the
view.
Oh, that's
sound.
hilarious, Latrell. What's up, Malik?
You got the first one or the second one?
You
You
got the
got
first
the two, right?
You got the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, you got the first. I think there is an update for that
Thank
one.
you, Deacon.
What up, Deke? What up, Latrell?
What
What
up,
up,
what up?
Malik?
I see y'all in the building. Yep. I mean, look, Latrell.
So
said,
Brody, for pre-order, it's $7.99 for 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigs of storage.
Well,
Plus,
go
you get a $50 coupon off. So
Let's
that
go.
effectively pays for your tax.
And I talked to one of my Best Buy reps, and they claiming that on
What
the
up,
9th,
Thor?
on the
Uh-huh.
9th, that they'll have them in stock at my Best Buy. That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm going.
Oh,
What color you going?
S24 Ultra
No, OnePlus 12.
on the
What color?
9th.
I think the 9th they told me.
Barry said,
Of 12? The
nigga.
9th or the 12th.
Let
of-
Barry
of
dig
February.
in. Do some investigation.
The 9th or the 12th.
Would make sense if it was the 12th, right? The 12th?
Yeah.
The 12th.
Yeah, it would.
What
That
up,
would've
Darth
been
Vader?
dope. Y'all remember when the Razor dropped on 11/11/11?
Mhm.
Like it was November 11th.
I remember when
2011.
Dreamcast dropped on
Yeah,
9/9/99.
99999. Yeah.
Man, RIP Dreamcast. That was one of the greatest systems ever made.
I like that. I did like the Dreamcast.
It was good. It was a good system.
Oh, I still have mine somewhere floating around this house.
All right. So for everybody that don't know, let's go. Let me share my screen here so we can take a look at this this OnePlus 12 from OnePlus right here. So yeah, it's $799 for the 512 16 gigs. And
See, that
if you-
thing got me trained. It got me thinking, bro.
yeah,
it should-
Okay, thank you.
About
Thank you,
nothing.
Michael Pepper.
It got me
So,
thinking, bro. At that price,
Thinking about what? Dumb plus?
I
That's what you
get
call
one.
it?
Yeah, it's about time I finally stop
Thank
the
you, Ike.
bullshit.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Power Stone was dope,
No,
man.
no,
I
no,
like
Time
it.
I stop the bullshit.
Sonic
when I
Venture was
think
dope
that
as
you
well.
were saying something wrong when you
So-
said
Detail, the price is right.
the price is
is right.
100% right.
The
Price
price
is
is
right.
very right.
It's very
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm
and with the
saying. So that's
trade-in,
what I'm
it's
saying.
can't get no writer.
right, exactly.
Right.
With the trade-in,
No
it can't
writer.
get no writer.
So
And-
hopefully
like I
they
said-
have the trade in when I get my income tax. Because if it is, then I go ahead and buy one of these.
It may
Yeah,
be.
dumb. So Latrell said Dumb Plus has now become Smart Plus.
Yeah, to him it is.
Dumb Plus has
something,
turned
Latrell?
to.
Your man's over here all of a sudden is starting to turn a corner on it, and I'm not.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
trying
want
to
him
turn the corner.
I got my
You
hand
want me
up
to stay
saying,
hating, huh?
nigga. No, you can't
want me to
come.
stay hating.
You can't come into this playground no more.
Hey,
I'm barely
Exactly.
letting
Michael
you
Pepper, you
in.
probably get a good deal on the 12 hour.
Get a 12R. It'd be cheaper.
I don't want no damn 12R.
Yeah, I don't want it to. Why
So
not?
now you want to go full boat, huh?
Oh,
Yes.
he always. That's
You've
that's
been calling it Dumb Plus since the one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's time
You
for
ain't
me to
shit.
give these niggas a chance. You know what I mean? And finally
Give
step
him a
up to the
chance
plate.
7 years ago.
We
Man,
here
that
at
shit
OnePlus
pissed
don't
me
want
off,
your
man.
fucking
And none of their
We
devices
don't
I
want
like.
Stupid.
We here
I didn't
at
like their
OnePlus
devices.
don't want you.
I don't want y'all, but I might get the device, nigga.
No, you can't buy nothing.
I may get the device, motherfucker. Yeah.
So
Don't-
Brody,
don't
can you
be
explain
shy.
what you're
My
talking
friends
about?
and
Because
won't let you buy
Doesn't mind
shit.
your
my
business.
main sim is T-Mobile. So did you buy it from T-Mobile or did you get it from Unlocked? I'm
Yeah,
confused.
don't be shocked, Sean.
Right? Yeah. So it's on the 6th.
not sure.
So the release date is gonna be on the 6th. Best Buy gonna have them on the 6th.
February 6th?
Yes. That's what my contact was
No,
telling me. The
January
6th.
6th, sir.
Well, it could have been February. It could have been March. It could have been March 6th.
But I mean, listen, if you get it for OnePlus, you get the 512. But if you get it for Best Buy, you go get the 256.
And
Just
that's
so
a
y'all
day
know.
before my birthday, y'all.
I ain't doing that.
So fun fact,
Oh.
Brody, when you said that, an engineer about, I want to say Paul's close to retirement. I think he's about 63. So I'm sitting there chilling with my Oppo, and he goes, "Is that a OnePlus, Barry? Is that a OnePlus?" I go, "Well, it's an Oppo." And he goes, "Oh, it's an Oppo." I was like, "All right, check it out." Somebody knows what time it is. This dude's old. Ain't even in the smartphone.
He brought a smile to your face, huh?
Yeah, I was like, "What's up?"
That
You saying
conversation
that you buying
made
OnePlus
him
makes me
smile.
do shit.
What? Hey, Seth, what you got problem with Best Buy for, bro? He said that's Best Buy.
I'm with
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They
Okay,
probably
Brody.
been returning shit.
Brody. So everybody. So can you pull up that website again? Easy.
Okay, all right. Let's see.
He probably got banned
And
for
see if
returning
you
shit
can
to
click on
Best Buy.
something that says
That's why
pre-order.
everybody fuck with niggas.
The OnePlus or Best Buy?
No, go to. Let me find it. We'll you
Okay.
guys talk amongst yourselves. I want to
Okay. Talk amongst
see if they
yourselves.
still have this one deal. It
Yeah.
might have just been.
Talk amongst
So Brody, OnePlus abandoned the carriers in the U.S. It wasn't T-Mobile. It was they. You know what were they getting from being on a carrier?
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, $7.99. Come on now. I mean, they don't need the carrier. They go sell it for $7.99. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Why not?
Cause they ain't gonna make no money.
So
Nah.
Brody, I don't see it now,
I
but
don't know.
if you ordered the day of the release, you could get 12 months free from OnePlus.com or 12 months interest free to pay it off.
Okay, he's talking about like financing it.
Yeah, you can finance it. Yeah, that'd be dumb as hell. They try to charge.
That's funny,
more. I'm
Juan.
like, nigga, you're fucking
Not-
stupid.
I don't know about $7.99 financing it. I mean, come
Hey,
on now.
Big House said
Hey,
trying to
Big
grab the
House?
Ultra.
Big House, I would grab the OnePlus way before I grab that goddamn.
The price.
I mean, at that
Big
price?
House, like this
Yeah,
this
price
is
makes the
the,
difference,
the
sir, but,
price
you know.
has changed everything. With what OnePlus
Yeah.
is bringing, it's a no brainer.
The price
Yeah,
has changed
man.
everything. 512, 16 gigs of RAM, 5 years of support. They'll probably go beat Galaxy cameras. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I for $7.99. That's look. I would say that for that price, I don't even know if. I mean, look, it's between the Pixel 8 and this device. If the Pixel 9 come at
I think the
$9.99
Pixel. I think the Pixel 9 to me to beat. So of course, what's up, Viper? Of course,
Hey, Viper.
Pixel always holds it down when it comes to pictures, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
But
sir.
to be able to leapfrog OnePlus, they might have to reduce the price a little bit, and also they'll probably have to. What else will they have to do? I think they'll have to add fast charging.
Yeah.
Oh hell,
Because that's
yeah.
the one thing you always got to remember with OnePlus. It's like when you're like, God, man, I gotta actually be away from my phone and charge this slow as hell charger when I'm dealing with an Apple or Samsung or Google, and it's like, oh, let me just put this on for 10 minutes. Boom, I can get through way more than the rest of the day. I have over 50% left. You know,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I could tell you that what OnePlus did, it actually changed the dynamics of the game. To me, I believe that if OnePlus would have came out with that extreme high end specs, and they would have came out with $9.99, I think everybody would say, well, you know, you still get the high end smartphone for $999.
Oh, yeah,
but when
it's
they
still
said
good.
$799, that changed everything. That changed everything. I mean, listen, you know, a lot of Samsung purists might say, well, they'll have this. Man, I mean, but
It's hard to ignore. It's hard to ignore.
And with a trade-in, you can get
and so if you look at Juan, because this has been the topic of conversation.
Yeah.
It literally put Samsung in a box where OnePlus said, guess what? You know, like you're focused on marketing your S24 Ultra. That's all you got. Because in our opinion, and if people actually use their brain, there's no better value right now than the OnePlus 12. So unless you need all those other features that are in that S24 Ultra, come to OnePlus.
But okay, so but here's the thing. This is what people say, right? They say they don't use the S Pen. They don't use X. So what else to use on the Ultra besides the word Samsung?
Yes, Darrell.
If you don't use the pen and you don't use Samsung Dex,
What up,
Samsung Galaxy S24 get beat. I mean, it beat bad by this device.
It's Eric, isn't Darrell your cousin?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cuz why would you even say that it looked impressive? Because we know what phone you still rocking.
Exactly.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to say something bad.
So I didn't hear from Tech Odyssey, Brody, but I know
calm down.
I knew that day. I think they actually mentioned it during the event. Just can't remember, but I knew during the event time. D-Man.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Phil? Sure it's better value? Better than what you rocking right now to the wheels fall off? Are you sure? Just want to make sure I'm clear.
What up, Maybach?
Because that means if you're gonna buy that phone, that means you're gonna have to unask that POS you've been rocking for the last 5 years, 4 years. I'm just saying, sir.
But I mean, for $799, I don't think nothing out there.
I know it, Darrell. I know
it's real tough.
It's tough, man.
It's real tough.
I mean, especially if you got a trade.
Nice, Ron.
They say that you have any smartphone broken, a whole
$100.
You're gonna get $100.
You trading in the tank, Eric? You trading in the tank?
Nah, I'm trading something else, man.
Yeah, the flat screen Ivan is
$699 for it. $699. That to me, that makes it like an impulse buy. It's like, you know, you go to the
It's not an impulse buy, sir. Number one, it's a flat.
Hey, yeah, big man.
It's an impulse buy because of the price.
You know what I'm saying? It's MIDI
How could
only
you
because
not,
of the
big
price.
man?
Understood,
Look,
Trizzy.
anybody that's been dealing with OnePlus for these years have realized what it is, and now they finally decided to get up off the bullshit and decide that this 12 is going to be what everybody needs. I can't wait because I'll tell you, I'm ordering the S24, but that does not mean that bitch can't be RMA'd back. You understand me?
Yeah.
I am the RMA king up in this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? That bitch will go back.
Hey, Latrell said he's the the leader
Juan
of
is
the
asking
Knights.
if you have any questions. He's typing on it now. This guy, Juan has had about a week and a half of usage, probably or more.
I mean, you know, Ryan, I can always send you a link, man, and you know you could come on.
Right? Yeah, you could come on because I want to know the difference in the size because I know it's a little bit bigger than the 11, and I want to know is it because that's the only kind of issue I kind of had with the 11. I just wanted to
I did, Latrell.
wider.
I did see that
because I like them wide and thick. You know what I mean?
Ryan,
like I'm wide and
if you have a split second, sir, if you got 5 minutes of your time,
beautiful time. Come on, bro.
Hey, Gwendolyn, what's up, Denzel?
Break up the computer and get the webcam going, and we can share you a link, and you come on in and say hello and give us some.
Easy say.
Get some real-time feedback.
Get that Panasonic G9,
Hey,
aka webcam.
All right, get down. And you know what flavor I like too.
Hey, send them a link.
I got you.
Link. I got a little time. Oh,
I got you.
You can come on here with the average consumer.
Yeah. The average. I tell you what, man. Every time I watch videos, man, he definitely.
Hey Juan, just because I'm on my Mac, I'm gonna send it to you via Twitter DM.
Well, I can send it if you want, but it will be in Twitter DM as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I have other
Yes,
places I can
sir,
send it, but I don't
Darrell.
have it
He
on this
like a
computer.
wide. He like a thick.
Wide
Actually,
and
you know what? I
thick.
can send it
Ain't
to
no
you.
pause, sir. There is
If you
no
can take it on
pause.
Telegram, I can send it to you on that. I think I have. it
Oh,
on
you
my
on
Beeper.
Telegram?
I think I have it on Beeper. Let me see.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
bro, come on now. Who is this person, man? Yo,
Actually, I'm just sending it to Twitter.
Ooh, Best Buy's on the chat.
Best
Best
Buy.
Buy is in the chat, y'all.
What Mims, really, sir? Fucking who you talking to, bro? It's 2024. I got the reset and I got the
Really, nigga?
trade-in, sir. Yes, sir. So I got them both, right? And I got to make a decision. Either I'm keeping
Whoever.
both or one of them going back.
Big man, the Pixel 9 Pro render is fire.
Mhm.
But still,
Yeah.
to beat the value,
Of the one.
they're gonna have to drop. So right now, the Pixel 8 Pro is $799, right? And they do that, but they would have to come a little bit lower. Plus, they would have to.
What kind of Microsoft camera?
They would have to have that,
Deviltry do you have, Tech
fast
Discussions?
charging.
Because I'd love to get a couple of $100 off mine.
Oh yeah, so he did the Microsoft Edge cashback and Rekaton thing. So, Michael, can you put like either a guy? You probably can't type it here, but just like send it to Sean.
Oh, that's
on
Michael
social
Pepper.
media.
I'm like, I know this motherfucker.
He was talking about it yesterday. He was talking about it yesterday as
look?
well.
Is that Michael Pepper?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
send me that
it.
shit you got DM me, man. What the hell's going on, bro?
That's Michael Pepper, man. You have to tell us all about it, bro, before we place our orders. You got to give us the lowdown. Don't share it to the community, bro. Like we your community, bro. We want to save money too. Share it with us, man. Because if I could pay $200 for it on the stick,
Shit, I'll keep them both
bro.
at that point.
yeah, I mean, come on, now. I mean,
Like $200, I get that thing right now.
You gotta trade in. You gotta trade in.
Right now.
we can order
You
it
got to
right
trade in.
now.
That on 5 ain't gonna fucking work.
Oh no, hell.
Well, you get $100 from the On5.
Well, you
That's
get
what I'm
$100, but
saying.
it ain't
I
gonna
get
pay $200.
$100.
That brings it to $699.
Do you still have it? Do you still have it?
Yeah, I
you
still
said
got that
Hey,
motherfucker.
okay.
Oh, you can save me some money, bro.
Oh man, big man said you don't need no discount, Mr. $1,600 Mike.
Get him. Get him. Get him.
Actually, you need to pay more.
Get him.
I'm gonna tell you,
Get him.
I am
That's awesome.
definitely trading in. I am definitely trading in. Hey,
Hey, what's up, Mike? Mr.
What's
Mr.
up,
OnePlus.
everybody?
now himself is in the building.
Now,
Hey, so
I
I got this right
Yes.
here. It's a fun.
Wow.
I just
Make him
anything
big,
you guys
make
want to
him
know
big.
about it? Like,
And
really?
Look
I don't
at
know. My
that.
camera will
Screen
focus.
size
Hey,
one
come
in
on.
difference to the 11. Is it a little
There's
wider?
the green one.
he's personally
yeah.
responsible for my addiction to OnePlus. This guy right there.
I'm an enabler.
One's
like
been in
that.
everybody's pocket
Yeah,
on the panel.
We're talking very minimal, sort of like
Okay.
there's a fraction of a millimeter tall. I'm not going to be able to show this with my camera. It's not going to
That's fine.
autofocus, and like a fraction of a millimeter wider
Gotcha.
than where we were with the 11. Actually, I have to make sure. Yeah, this is the 11 because I also have the 12.
Yeah, you have the 12R. That's right. Yeah.
But it's really not that perceptible in the hand once you start throwing on like bumpers and stuff. So like I've got clear plastic bumpers for both the 11 and the 12, and I can't tell them apart when they're in pockets. So
Okay.
it is that touch bigger, but it's something you adapt to pretty quick.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
So they basically kind of went with the more the same design, but the internals and the camera system and the software.
No, Trizzy.
It's something that they really
I sat down like Barry just said no. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. No.
I always typed it out before
So-
Barry said anything. I was getting ready to tell him no.
The design changes. The main one, they moved the buttons to the same side, and the notification rocker is now on the opposite side. So if you're an old nerd like me, you don't keep taking screenshots when you go to turn the phone off because the volume button used to be on the other side. The other difference, this is aesthetic. The camera module is bigger. It's like the OnePlus Open, but they're actually using this now to do extra antennas. So I do have a small concern about durability where you kind of want to get a case that does give you a lip around this, because now this is functional communications hardware.
Wow.
And that's something I don't think I've seen. I don't think I've seen anything like that before on any of these other devices. Instead of just putting the antenna bands into the sides of the frame, it's now extending into this piece here. So that's a minor, longer term concern. If this kind of back glass, like I got a case that does actually fully enclose the camera module back here. I don't know if that'll affect long-term durability. We'll have to kind of see as these things age.
But for the price point, they not.
There's nothing.
Oh yeah,
There's nothing.
what can compete with it?
I could deal with the minor flaws maybe years from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now.
It might not be a flaw though. We're just saying it could be a potential flaw, right?
Let's because like I know people kind of get up in their feelings about their favorite team, right? You know, like a bunch of people saying, "Oh, but I would never leave an S Ultra," and you're like, "That's fine. That's a completely different phone." What we're talking about is there is no manufacturer who is coming close to this price to performance. There are reasons why you might want to shop a higher tier phone, like an ultra tier phone. Absolutely, I shop ultra tier. I use ultra tier, but we have all of these techies using average consumers like this shield that they don't have to do any work in their reviews because they just use their phones like blithering dumb people do. if you're not going to put some effort into a premium or ultra tier phone, why buy one? Go buy a $400 phone. It'll cover everything you need to do. Yep. So right now we have this premium segment up to just around $1,000. I don't think Pixel's going to bring it for Pixel 9 because I think they're still going to have issues with Samsung's fab. So Tensor 4 is really going to be facing some brutal competition against 8 Gen 3, and we know 8 Gen 4 is going to launch at the end of this year. Like they're not going to wait for 2025 for 8 Gen 4. So I don't see anyone coming in $799, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, this type of display tech, real fast charging, a return to fast wireless charging. This thing charges faster wirelessly than a Samsung can plugged in. And it has a bigger battery.
And dual physical SIM.
Yes.
So my Oppo, like the OnePlus 12, has 2 physical SIMs in it right now.
Hey.
Yeah, Latrell, this is exactly the point I've been making. Techies don't know ish about average consumers. It's a shield. Whenever you hear someone, but what about what will the average people do with this? He's like, you've got a table with 100 phones on it. How would you even broach that conversation?
Right.
What are you contributing? Because they seem to ignore all of the trends like sharing lots of video, editing videos for TikTok, playing more graphics intense games. These are all exploding right now. And techies are still like, but can it do Twitter? You know, like, what are we doing? What is this?
I think that's the one of the things that
video out. Thank you, Michael.
Video out. Yeah, for video out. Oh my goodness.
So this is again, I'm speaking broadly in terms of pricing and trends. I think the S24 Plus and the iPhone 15 Plus are embarrassments. Like that actual price to performance is silly. I feel they exist.
Yeah,
I feel they exist just to push you up to the pros and the ultras. That's all they are right now. But if you're telling me you really do need to live on DeX, that you have to pay that huge Samsung tax to get DeX. I would never try and talk someone down from desktop mode. Unfortunately,
wait a minute, why you could get DeX on the S10? Come on now. I mean,
no, but at some point, because like my uncle just finally replaced his S9. He's been rocking a Galaxy S9 since it launched. Like he finally pulled the trigger on. He actually went to an Xperia because he wanted a headphone jack and a memory card slot. So he bought a Sony. But that point that I'm making though is broadly, if we're talking about phones to use as phones, I don't see there's any competition for OnePlus. Unfortunately, Google has yet again broken the Android alternative view mode. It's not really a desktop mode, but you go into your developer settings. Android 14's video out is even less functional than 13, and 13 was proper broken. So until we can see some kind of alternative launcher, there won't be desktop mode competition on a OnePlus.
Or ready for it, yeah.
Ready for is looking like it's going to be solid.
Yeah.
Or Honor. Honor's Magic Desktop.
That's right, Honor Magic
is really good too.
Yeah.
But if you can plug in something else, like you just want to have a view out from your monitor, you can use something like Second Screen or Taskbar. You can expand on what OnePlus is, but it's not a proper desktop mode. But with XR glasses, I'm just big screening content. It looks amazing. That looks so cool. It's just not going to be as properly functional as DeX. But that's a feature-specific win that you have to give it. And everything else, the cameras, screen, charging, battery, everything else, OnePlus is just swinging right now, and Samsung and Apple don't have answers for this.
And they won't have, because they being themselves. Like Samsung and Apple is like, you take the headphone jack away, I'm gonna take the headphone jack away. You take the charge out the box, I'm gonna take the charge out the box. So Apple, whatever Apple does, Samsung go come the next year and do. I know I see Doodle comments, but bro, you got to admit that with Samsung, with anything Apple does, Samsung follow right behind them and do the same thing.
They'll make fun of them first, and then they'll copy it.
Yeah, then
Right. Do a whole
And make sure they do commercials on it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You think about this, right?
Commercial about a notch.
Pull that commercial down. Pull that commercial down.
Best one.
Pull it, please.
Right. So Latrell brings up another point. Samsung can put that good of a value on a phone. Samsung can do a better job of subsidizing their trade-ins. But if you catch used prices, like I can take it back to the OnePlus 10 Pro, is going toe-to-toe with Galaxy S20, Galaxy S, what is that, HN1, S22 Plus. The S22 Plus launched MSRP at least $100 more. So if they're close in price, that means the Samsung has fallen farther in like actual tangible resale value. So you never want to look at phones as investments, because the second you boot them up, they're worth like half what you paid for them. That's not how we shop these. So the only thing Samsung can do is squeeze these trade-in deals, and we know that's actually contributing to how much money Samsung is not making when they're reporting profits on their quarterlies.
One thing Jay Boogie pointed out, don't forget on your OnePlus devices.
Oh yeah,
the IR blaster.
IR blaster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you think about this, right? Me and Kimmy was on the live stream, and we looked, and I think we always on the live stream. We saw it with the Galaxy S20 or something. The value of it dropped like 2 days later. I think it was selling it for like $1,300 or something. And I think we was all on the live stream. We looked at it in the used market, and it was already dropped by $500 the first week of launch. Because of the devaluation of Samsung devices, it plummets. And it goes to show you that. And I don't know. I mean, somebody sent me an article about TM Raw getting hammered. I don't know. So
who?
Getting fired.
Did he say TM Raw?
Well,
TM Raw getting hammered.
Samsung runs their divisions like mafia families. So there's like a cycling of who's at the top of all of these major organizations. Samsung is like an amorphous blob of different conglomerates that basically controls the South Korean economy. And for the last several years, we've been hearing about disappointment in Samsung products in South Korea on their home turf. And this is where we're definitely seeing it's a sensitive position. I don't know that he's out this year or soon, but the conversation has been really delicate surrounding what they're doing. And I think that definitely flips when we look at sort of the perception of the products from brands that used to be considered cheap brands like iQOO and some of the Vivos and some of these Xiaomi's. Like we're looking at Xiaomi push all of their sub brands up to more premium levels, up to more premium distribution at a time where Samsung has fallen behind Apple as the top single company selling phones, and they've plummeted in sales on phones above $400.
And also with having the lowest barrier, right? So the lowest cost barrier. So Their
Yeah.
S24 Ultra is cheaper than Apple and Pixels, but yet they sell it at a higher price point. So it's cheaper for them to make it, but they sell it at a higher price point.
I feel we've run the course on Samsung trying to ratchet profitability by minimizing costs. And we need to get back to that flavor of Samsung that we had in the S8 to S10 era.
Yeah.
S10 was peak Samsung, and it had features and crazy experiments and differences, and there was so much going on. And then S20 was our first step towards the iPhoneification of the Galaxy. But I feel when we look at brands like Vivo, Oppo, this new OnePlus 12, if you're gonna tell me that this is a limited premium phone and it doesn't have memory cards and headphone jacks and removable batteries and all this old tech, sell it cheaper, and the cameras are baller and the experience is great. This is a high performance phone. It's a pocket computer that's ready to get some real work done, and it's not going to break the bank.
But you know why? One of the things that
Latrell.
One of the things I noticed when we looked at
that's hilarious.
what Samsung did.
It's not even Wish DJ Co. It's Temu DJ Co.
One of the things that I noticed with Samsung year after year, you notice that the last keynote address, they didn't really even talk about exclusive features for the 24. It was broader things. I mean, they bought Google on stage. It was
so let's. I mean, again, in the confidence that Samsung has in their hardware, the only exclusive that they mentioned for the S24 and the S24 Plus was to let people know that it's not made out of titanium. That it was made out of aluminum. That's the exclusive for the S24, is that it's less good than the Ultra. It's exclusively less gooder than the Ultra is.
Energy. Ryan, I was live streaming. The energy was horrible at the event. I mean, like they have to actually tell the crowd, is that exciting? Just to get people to clap.
Well, and these are this is where my goal this year is trying to separate the teams at these massive corporations from the executives. Because I've done so much work with Google teams on audio tech and the Pixel hardware division, and these are like passionate problem solvers, and I have so little confidence in the executive level. And so Samsung has to be employing some of the most brilliant minds in engineering and developer space today, and they're getting their marching orders from executives saying, see if we can squeeze one more year out of this, recycle it a bit more, and then we'll spend less money making it, and hopefully our sales numbers will be about what they were last year. So technically, we'll make more money for shareholders. No one's excited about that.
Right.
The engineers aren't excited about that. The developers aren't excited about that. And when it's not fair to put those people out on stage. It's not fair to say, like, this is a new era of mobile AI, but everything's really Google Gemini. That's not fair to the people at Samsung that are actually making this stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think one of the things, and even when we go way back, Barry, when we had the live stream about the Z Fold 5, right? Mm-hmm. The energy wasn't there. We even heard reports that the engineers was upset because they felt that nothing was innovative about the Z Fold 5. It was nothing. I mean,
if you followed Ben and TK's coverage, both of them said it. But TK and Ben actually showed where they weren't marketing the Z Fold at all on that event. And when they would just go down the street, they would see the new Flip everywhere.
Yeah. It wasn't the Z Fold was not. It was
like we didn't even make a Z Fold this year.
Right, we didn't even make it, and they don't even market the Z Fold. I mean, ever since they launched the Z Fold 5, you have saw no market in the Z Fold 5, none, zero. Because they wasn't proud of it. Go ahead. I felt that when I looked at the keynote address, when I looked at the marketing, I said, well, damn, Samsung really. And then when we hear the reports that the engineers was coming out, kind of hush us saying that the Z Fold 5 wasn't, our finest work or whatever, kind of upset about the way they did it. It tells you that these people's upset. They really want to push the needle. But Samsung, on the other hand, is just not at that. They don't want to do it.
Well, Samsung saw the marketing data that Flips were outselling Folds, and they put more of their effort behind Flips. But that's not how you build consistency in a market. It's the same thing. Like, I don't mean to change the subject, and we shouldn't harp on this, but like Google and Samsung getting back into AR, who's going to trust them?
Yeah.
Both Google and Samsung had VR solutions and then
walked
left.
away. They walked away.
You can't just come back to that if you don't demonstrate that you're putting all of your effort into your crown jewel, most expensive product, that this is really the best thing that you can offer. And that's why that's been such an exciting conversation for OnePlus. The OnePlus 11 was a compromise to hit lower prices. The OnePlus Open was the best tech OnePlus could get their hands on, and now the OnePlus 12 is basically an Open that doesn't open. So that is an exciting conversation to see OnePlus say, we are offering the best that we've ever had access to. Yeah. Samsung can't say the same, and we know they can't because they're selling better components to many of their competitors.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's weird, but we start to see, and we've been talking about it. There's some of the downfalls of Samsung, with the Z Fold and even look. Don't get me wrong, the S23 was a fantastic device, but when you look at the S24, I mean, you can't sit up and tell me that there's something that Samsung would do.
You can't say that Samsung is a market leader when their biggest device-specific announcements were basically playing catch-up and not beating the competition, but just catching up to it. And we've spent all these years saying, like, hey, I'm playing with some of these phones that have these incredible telephoto cameras. And Samsung has continued to use these dinky, tiny little telephoto camera sensors. And now, wouldn't you know it, they finally figured out that if you give me less zoom, but you give me a bigger sensor, I actually have a more functional device in a wider variety of situations. That's great, except that we already started that conversation back with the Pixel 6 Pro.
Correct.
Here in the United States.
That sounds real familiar, Juan.
Yeah.
I know, right, Scoop?
See, here's a bigger problem in the United States, right? Is that, folks have been programmed, and you got Doodle in there being a person
I like to use is shill.
He's a apologist, right? And you have a lot of content creators out there that will always put Samsung on a pedestal, right? And so when you hear people talk about OnePlus and stuff, because I seen it all online, right? I seen somebody post on Twitter, and I just be reading a lot of stuff because I be get my thought process together. And I mean, people were just going crazy. They probably didn't even watch their video of OnePlus. But oh my God, OnePlus, they did. Oh my, and I'm reading threads about, it's just painful, right? On Twitter, a cesspool, but to see some of the comments of content creators and tech enthusiasts that will put OnePlus down at every rip.
I don't really consider those people tech enthusiasts, though.
I'm with you, Barry.
If you can't pull the wool from your eyes and see what OnePlus is doing, you're not a tech enthusiast.
Well, and also, if you can't appreciate what OnePlus is doing is going to mean next year we're going to see a more competitive Galaxy S25 and 25 Plus.
Like it's a win-win for us. We win.
So, stick with Samsung if that's your jam.
Yeah.
But if you're not rooting for some kind of change in this market, I mean, I lurk your comments every week, right? I'm in this chat as often as I can be. And we keep saying things like, well, who even needs that much compute pour? Or, oh, I know, I got my Daydream back over here somewhere on the shelf behind me.
This was Samsung right here.
Yep, Gear VR. But they also walked away from mixed reality. They had that really good Odyssey headset
what did you pay for
that? Didn't Google do the same? That they walked away from that shit too.
Just so we can keep Juan going because we kind of interrupted him. But just to go back to your point was when the conversation comes up about 16 gigs about a RAM because OnePlus has a device with 24 gigs of RAM overseas.
Right.
It's usually met with, well, who really needs this much RAM?
I know. That's what
right. Okay. And go ahead. But you go ahead. Mark, I'll let you go. Yeah.
So I want to address it. We have a very interesting opportunity ahead of us. Samsung ushering in a new era of mobile AI, but most of their services in the extremes are built on Gemini, which is really server side. So just like the big hot new feature, like I haven't even finished my Pixel 8 Pro camera review because I've actually been a little disenfranchised with how much of it is server side.
Server side. Yep.
So video boost is really cool.
Yep.
If I've got a good data connection and I can upload all these video files and I can wait for them to come back down to my phone, we're at a crossroads. How much of this is going to be done on device and how much of it's going to be done in the cloud? And I don't know that there's a right answer, but companies are making plays today. And having sat down opposite engineers, not press people, but engineers at MediaTek, they're putting out numbers. If you're looking at these billions of parameters, language learning models, you need either the most incredible file compression or you need like 30 gigs of RAM.
Yes.
If you want to move forward with AI on device. Now, Samsung looks like they're betting against AI on device and that more of this is going to be server side. If they're wrong, S24 is struggling into 2026.
Yeah, because it's only 12 gig.
They're good with that because then you will need to buy a new phone soon.
Oh, exactly.
You will need to flip your phone sooner. And we can all laugh because 24 gigs of RAM on a OnePlus does nothing for you day to day.
Correct.
But if we get smart assistants that are on device that learn everything about you and keep all that data in a bucket, you need RAM for that bucket of data. You need a lot of space for it to interact with you. So OnePlus and Vivo and Xiaomi are making these plays that we're going to do this on device because they're not tied into a bunch of Google services.
Correct.
In China and Japan and India, they're not relying on network because they can't. So they're looking at on device. Yeah. I think on device is actually going to make a bigger play here in the United States than we're ready to admit because 5G is bunk. The 5G promises don't deliver what they said they would. So I think Samsung's actually on the wrong side.
And that's about it. The poets and
I know. It's like when I go down to Long Beach and I'm like standing at one coffee shop and I don't move and I hold my breath, I get like a gigabit down. That's amazing. And then I cross the street and it evaporates.
So Juan, let me ask you the question. Since we're talking about this, right? What OnePlus doing this play of this price point, and we saw the rumors and we saw the images of the Pixel 9 and the Pixel 9 Pro.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Google have done something dramatic. They have went with a huge price increase. Now, would this put Google in a precarious place as far as pricing? Because it was already at $7.99. You know, obviously, if you
they were $7.99 when they dropped, right? Remember, it came out higher, but it's been $7.99. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But at full MSRP at launch.
Yeah.
Obviously, all you got to do is wait about a month. You can get it for whatever price you want.
But, half a ham sandwich and a hearty handshake.
But don't you think that that OnePlus will with this $7.99 price point puts something, especially if the tech reviewers do their jobs, right? If tech reviewers do their job.
I just spat all over my computer monitor. That's a pretty big if. Let me try and head off where I think you're going with this. The thing that we need to give both Samsung and Google some credit where we see price increases from 2023 to 2024. OnePlus is not making a 7-year commitment. Correct. So those extra 2 years, both for Pixel and for Samsung, it's not just have you hired software developers to continue updating old phones. You also have to make promises to repair chains, to distribution channels, to carriers, parts. You need to build that price into the front. So OnePlus, Oppo has said many, many times, the OnePlus label is now razor no margin. Like, we're selling these phones practically at cost. We're keeping up our relationships. We're rebuilding this relationship with the consumers we had back when we were the flagship killer brand. That's their strategy. And Oppo is probably subsidizing and in the red with OnePlus sales when we look at that global distribution, except for like Nord and some of their other budget labels. If OnePlus steps up to that 7-year commitment, I believe that has to come with a $100 price increase to build in that support ahead of time. So if we're keeping everything a buck, if we're keeping everything fair, there are reasons why you would want to see that price hike if you're the type of consumer who is looking to hold onto your phone for more than 3 or 4 years. And there are people like that. My mom refuses to let go of her OnePlus 6T. She will not let it go. She likes her phone. She doesn't want to spend time and hassle in setting up another phone. It's still doing everything she needs. We all know those. My uncle ran a Galaxy S9 until the wheels fell off. You know, like these are these audiences, right?
Yeah.
So there's always nuance in this conversation, but I feel like a 5-year window with this kind of pricing and with the expectations that we would be putting on premium tier devices in 5 years, that should carry us over into new phones that have removable batteries as mandated by EU regulations. So that's to me is a good window. So I look at 5 years and then think, but I'll really want to get on that train if we have user replaceable batteries in 4 or 5 years. I'm not going to want to hold on to a phone with a fused battery into 2028, 2029. So that's the long game, the long strategy on this is really interesting as we're about to see some of those changes come down the pipe.
But do we even trust Google though? Because I mean, look at Google.
Yes.
We don't trust Google. We don't trust.
We
Google.
trust Google. Here we go.
Anyone making that argument is fundamentally bad at tech.
Okay, but
And you should listen to them that they're admitting that they're terrible at tech.
and the reason why, because the argument have came up, the argument have came up that Google brings something and they take it away. I mean, we just
correct. They've done that.
Google has never taken away Android updates.
Yeah,
and in fact, Google usually over delivers on Android updates. There is no track record. Would you trust Google with a financing plan for your next
Probably
Pixel?
not.
No.
Pixel Pass.
If Google comes out with Pixel, we were talking about that yesterday. No, you would walk away. But from the Nexus to today,
have been
the
phenomenal.
one thing that they have constantly executed on was their promise for device support. They don't always have the best hardware support or the best customer service, but those updates come out. Those patches and bug fixes arrive, and they have been wonderfully consistent on feature updates, feature drops. So no one earnestly making that argument, because I know you're repeating someone else's argument. Easy.
Yeah,
you're not making that argument yourself.
He's not gonna do that.
I'm repeating other people. And listen, and the thing about it is, I don't know if you received the email, but I received the email that Google Podcast. I mean, podcast is going.
Yeah, we all got that.
Everybody got.
Yeah, but
everybody
that's
got that,
Google
sir.
Podcast. Yeah, they take away stuff like that. But
they didn't take
starting
away.
Starting next month, I'll be on Android 15 on some of my Pixels.
Hey,
And they didn't take away
baby.
Google Podcasts and then say there's no way for you to use a Google app to listen to podcasts.
They merged.
They took away Google Podcasts as a separate app. I'm not happy that their
I'm
podcast
not
strategy
either
is
one.
rolled into YouTube.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I'm actually now playing with like those old school open source like feeder readers, like RSS.
Yeah, like RSS.
Yeah,
Yep,
wow.
I know what you're saying. Yep.
I'm coming back on that.
Podcast, it does the job.
Pocket Cast is great. I'm still on Podcast Republic. It is such an ugly UI, but it's such an old, funky app. I just can't let it go. It's old. I mean, it looks like Android 8, and I can't let go of it. It's just so gross,
like
and I
that
love
one?
it.
I love RSS though. That's
Well, I
the
like
way
that.
to go to get the podcast, man. That's how I listened to you back in the day, sir.
Heck yeah.
I mean, look,
So,
I modified it to put all my podcasts on and everything.
I'm just going to use YouTube
Spotify.
Music.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I'm using YouTube Music. Fuck all that other shit.
But I feel it's pretty hack. I feel like you've got to look at Google as Mr. Google, who just does bad things, and not at every single individual division of organization that works within Google.
Hey,
And the Android team is on point. They've always been on point, and they've been consistent.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Everything that's going on right now, for everybody doodoo that's helping the Samsung, this is good for the consumer. What OnePlus is doing, this is good. Everything that we've seen right now with the OnePlus Open being touted as one of the best foldable phones of 2023, and we're talking about Samsung.
No. Let me correct you there. Not one of the best, the best US-based foldable. That's what people have said. That's what they're touting.
Let me correct you.
If you Samsung, you're embarrassed because you came out with 5 generations of device. You got one device that came out that mopped the floor with you in one. And I understand when we talk
I don't think they're embarrassed. I think Samsung fans are embarrassed. I think they, like Juan said, they literally decided that they were going to sell flips, and they were not putting anything into that. They're not embarrassed.
Even with that, because I mean, I know that they got people from Samsung that watch creators in the United States, right? I mean, think about it. I mean, 90% of most of the creators, from the big creators to the smaller creators, all helmed that OnePlus opened was the Galaxy Z Fold 5 killer. And
No, Eric, they said it was the Pixel Fold killer. Is what they said.
Yeah, they didn't really say. They said.
I feel like there were enough people mixing it up, and that's a bad position for Samsung to be in because fandom. Well, but fandom is emotional, right? You don't want people really critically thinking about their iPhone purchase. You want them to feel the momentum of being a part of the Apple ecosystem. Samsung is trying to build that. They don't want you really critically looking at all these different parts and pieces and how they do business and what their trade-in deals really mean and that kind of like leasing strategy that they've got you in. They just want you paying every month. They just want you in there feeling that.
Yeah.
And that's where this Z5, the Z Fold 5 conversation is really delicate. That's a really precious conversation for Samsung, who built so much of their reputation on those moonshot projects and those wild experiments and some of the things that never came to pass, but really influenced Android as a whole. And right now we don't see that. So hopefully we can get some of that flavor back. But it does mean that we're going to have to see some kind of change in executive leadership. The current team at Samsung, I don't believe they've got the capacity to reach for that. I think they're all playing defense when really they should be playing offense.
I mean, when we talk, because with the current regime, right? Didn't the current regime, they got rid of, they came in with the bespoke program, which, I don't know if anybody ever.
Right. So, but don't you see bespoke as a way to make an emotional relationship with your audience, right? Has nothing to do with the functionality of the device or anything that's changed or anything like that.
The bespoke program that they came in, most of the people that all this stuff with the bespoke program, they say, I think it was the Z Fold 4 or something like that. It took them weeks to get their device.
Correct. It did.
Yeah.
Weeks. Yeah.
And so, a lot of people complain about that, right? Say, why would I order a device that's going to take a month and a half for me to
They'll
get?
probably tweak it. Bespoke is on a lot of their products, so appliances and all that stuff.
And also, I mean, like, this has always been the issue with trying to do something exclusive. Like, I've got my old Moto X2 that I did through the Moto Maker, and that took weeks to deliver. But it's custom. It's a white face with red buttons and blue leather. I mean, it was my Captain America phone. Yeah. Of course, that was going to take time. And instead, Samsung has one of the biggest marketing budgets in the world, and they should be talking about, this is not going to show up tomorrow. We are making it for you. This is like getting custom leather seats in your new whip. I mean, this is down to that stitching. And people should be excited about it and building up anticipation for it and having that wonderful experience as they open up the packaging as it's been shipped to their home. But Samsung isn't getting ahead of that emotional part of the conversation. Right. They put out bespoke and then, it took a while. Well, what are we going to do? It's bespoke. It almost like they're shrugging it off at the most critical time when they should be joining that conversation.
And I agree with you. And everything that Samsung is doing as far as their marketing, you just don't feel that they just with it. Like, the last 2 years has not been, they have not been on their game. I want to give Samsung, this is like acid in my mouth saying nice things about Samsung here. I want to give Samsung some credit though. I feel you're right. They're directionless, but they walked away from the worst aspects of their most toxic divisive advertising. Samsung was ruthlessly bad, where they would not only go after their competitors, they would go after their competitors' customers, and then they would also go after their competitors' employees. And that's mean. That's Samsung bullying. And Samsung built so much of their Samsung Night fandom on that bullying era of Galaxy phones. And where I agree with you, I would say for like the last 3 years, there's no story behind Samsung, but I'll take a rudderless Samsung advertising department over a toxic Samsung advertising department. And I will give them one other really special sort of kudos. They're the only company that is practically showing off foldables in hand. Every other company is doing advertising where your foldable is a magical floating butterfly with no human interactions. And consumers have no understanding of how fragile or how durable or what the expectations of use will be. Only Samsung is showing someone walking around with the Z Fold. And then when I make it to the office and I can sit down at my desk,
that's when I'm opening up the tablet mode. There's so much brilliant psychology in their marketing right now. They're just not pushing that message at scale. And they need their new cohesive message that they don't have right now. But I am at least happy that they've walked away from everyone else is stupid, go make fun of iPhone people. They've got the notch cut into their hairline and their employees are idiots who don't even know how to answer questions about basic phone use. They're not doing that anymore. So I'm going to say that's an upgrade.
I could tell you one of the things that I remember way back when the Galaxy S10s and Note 8s and Note 9s. I mean, Samsung. I mean, I had a rep that I talked to countless of times that worked at Samsung. That reached out to me when I had a small YouTube channel. I mean, I had a few thousand subscribers. A Samsung rep hit me up, and I was able to go to the events. I got the invites and stuff like that. That's when I started getting the invites and stuff like that. They was really into it. Look, it was excitement when I was standing outside. Me and Jay Will was standing outside for the Samsung event. Everybody was out there cheering, and I mean, they had the Galaxy phones in their hands, and we was out there in New York. It was a grateful event, right? And the last one I went to,
what year was that?
That was, I think, the Galaxy Note 20 was my last event, I believe.
Okay.
But you started seeing the excitement out of people. And then when we put our hands on, I remember the S10 Plus event. Samsung had those beautiful colors that came out, and it was excited. It was all on stage. Everybody was cheering on when they dropped the device. I mean, it was massive. We was doing a hands-on event. I mean, they had the bar was open. You know what I'm saying? It was
and S10 was the last peak year of sales for Galaxy S.
Oh
S20 fell.
Yeah,
S20 fell 25%, and then S21 fell another 20% after that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So right now, all of the Galaxy S models combined cannot outpace a single model of iPhone Plus. So you've got three phones that can't do direct battle against one model of iPhone.
And this is why the rumor is out about regime changes.
And like that's low-hanging fruit. We got a tasty scoop. Samsung's considering executive leadership change. Yeah, they've been for a bit. But this is again, this is an opportunity. Like if you're not paying attention to the broader tech conversation, where Moto says that they're going to push aggressive to be the number 3 brand in like 2 years.
Wow.
Google. It's funny, Google spent, I think, over $1 billion in marketing last year and sold the most phones that the Pixel has ever sold in the history of Google branded products. Like, everyone smells blood in the water, and we're all trying to move consumers up the food chain, but it's in this like $400 to $800 window where Apple and Samsung have no answer. When you look at a OnePlus 12R, and it's doing battle against an A54. That is not a good look.
That's not
for
a fair
Samsung.
That is just complete.
And what's the next closest is an FE with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1.
Getting slaughtered.
And who would want that? You should not tell anyone to get an FE when we do finally have some of these other like flagship killer styles of phones coming to the United States. This is shaping up to be a really interesting year because we're also going to have all of the 8 Gen 2 phones out for cheap. Yes. So last year, we got the 8 Gen 2. I was not bullish on buying a year or a 2-year-old flagship because those chips ran hot. They weren't as consistently good performers, and I don't believe that they'll age well over time. This year, you can go and shop phones from 2023 on stupid deals, and if you don't care about AI, the 8 Gen 2 is an absolute monster. It is ridiculous overkill for the vast majority of high-level compute needs that you might have on the go. So this is a really tricky year. Samsung is, I think, first of all, Samsung's biggest competition is literally just their older phones because they're so similar now.
I mean, Samsung gonna drop a 855 this year with an Exynos low-end processor, and it's gonna get slaughtered out there, in the competition. Especially
this is why I'm a little worried about Google. Is also Samsung Fab. We know this is probably the last year Google's going to stick with Samsung to make their chip. They are aggressively investigating Taiwanese firms to finalize their chip design to send over TSMC. This is tough. I mean, when you really look at like the next 3-year outlook for Qualcomm, for MediaTek, for Intel and AMD, we're watching brands like Asus pivot away from like hardcore gaming to like, oh, it plays games, but it's also a pretty good phone too. You know, like all of this is in flux right now. And for anyone who's like, oh, but what can you do with a slab phone? In a couple years, you're going to have to put a removable battery back in that slab phone. So guess what? We've got huge engineering and design challenges for people to figure out over that interim, over those next couple of years.
Yeah. And the 12R, $499. I mean, that's going to go against the A55, the Pixel 8 A, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun.
So it's going to be fun. You know, like I know there are some software features. There's still things like I would still recommend for some people on a Pixel over a OnePlus. Absolutely. I love call screening. It's great, but I can do without call screening if I need the horsepower and the battery life and the fast charging.
All of that.
Fast charging.
The Pixel freak to shut up.
Oh, I cannot express to people who have only been on Samsung and Apple real fast charging.
Oh my god, it's a life
fundamentally changes.
Yeah,
they have no idea.
You have a completely different relationship with your phone. And I've got people in my comments like, oh, I don't see what the big deal is. I just charge my phone overnight. And you're like, that's terrible for your battery.
Exactly. I don't want to do
that. And literally 10 minutes on the biggest battery currently being sold in North America. 10 minutes gives me an entire day of runtime with my use.
10 minutes.
And I edit videos on my phones, and I edit podcasts on my phones, and I edit photos and raw files on my phones. So I don't want to hear this like, oh, I don't know, battery anxiety. 10 minutes. Can you plug in for 10 minutes over the course of a day and you're not cooking your battery? The phone charges cooler than if you're charging on a slower cable charger or on a wireless charger, and you don't charge overnight. You only plug it in when you need to.
There you go. Samsung fans would never know about that. Doodle would never know about that. Doodle,
I'm blaming Apple more on that one. At least Samsung bumped up to 45 watt, even though it can't sustain. It runs the phone a lot hotter. Yeah. But Apple, I was in a conversation, like one of my cousins, her boyfriend, it was just like, yeah, it was so great. I mean, I was charging like 1%, like every like minute and a half. Like, what? You spent how much on that phone? It's like, and you're just like, everyone's nodding along like this is amazing, and you're like, I plug this in, and I might not even want to plug it in for the entire time it takes me to take a shower. Like, it's, I don't need to. Like,
it's just and watch it just click off like seconds. How it raises.
It's good, man. You know what? I love it. I absolutely love it because I want to see this type of stuff happen because for so long, Apple and Samsung have dominated the airwaves, even though they had other devices out there. But it took, OnePlus and even Motorola to say, you know what? I'm tired of this BS. Tired of this crap. Right? Let's go to the market and
I think we've got a good window for Moto and OnePlus to step into because Google's going to have to move up the food chain with those commitments on longer support. And that I respect because I feel you are getting something valuable for that extra cash. But you want to have a nuanced conversation with the person. Are you the kind of person who's going to want to try and keep your phone for 7 years? I doubt very much anyone listening to this stream is that kind of person. I feel we're more inclined to flip our phones more aggressively. And so what is the value proposition of a Samsung with 7 years of support if the best trade-in deals happen in year 1 and year 2? So we've got to approach that from those different categories of consumer to say, like, what is that worth to you? 7 years of support might be worth nothing to you, But that gives Moto an opportunity to step in and say, hey, we've got a business grade device that's going to play really well in this space. OnePlus, I think, has a brilliant entertainment and photography all-rounder that absolutely embarrasses the iPhone 15 Plus. Like, there is no metric that Apple... blue bubbles. That's it. That's all you get. This is your only win. Everything else is a miserable failure, and it's $100 more.
I mean, when would it come to a time where Apple is under pressure? Because I mean, they got the Vision Pro and everybody hyped about that, and and we got the iPhone.
Who's hyped?
Out. Well,
there's so few people hyped about Vision Pro.
Who is everybody hyped? There's not really everybody hyped.
Did you guys catch? I can't stay for too much longer, but did you catch that? Like scalpers figured out the auto ordering process, and thousands of Vision Pro pre-orders just went to bots. So Apple put in all of those restrictions so that you couldn't get to order if you didn't have like a current iPhone. You couldn't pre-order. All it did was slow down actual real consumers. The people who were going to scam circumvented it almost instantly and had pre-orders themselves for like $5,000 and $10,000 for pre-ordering Vision Pro up on eBay. The scalpers ran away with their ability to dupe Apple on this stuff, and it's not a good look. So all of these like, oh, Apple didn't sell out in the first day, and they didn't sell out in the second day. There were still some pre-orders. You could still get some models on the third day, and it's like 100,000 units. That's pretty good, I guess, for Apple doing a new headset, a new mixed reality headset. I'm not going to say spatial computing because it's just mixed reality. Thousands of those pre-orders were bots. So I don't know that this is a dev kit, and people should handle it like a dev kit and be excited about the potential that Apple can show for developers, but that's not a consumer facing product. That's a dev kit.
Well,
so
I'm warranted that the price the consumer.
No, the price is spot on for a dev kit. The HoloLens dev kit was around 4,000.
But not for
it's
for
a dev kit.
Like a dev kit. But they're trying to sell it to consumers though.
Oh, I don't think they are.
I don't think they're
not when you can only make like 100,000 of them.
I don't think
they're not really.
Yeah.
They're trying to use their dev kit to ratchet the press, because we know that Apple can tell the press what to say about their products, and they're trying to use a dev kit to change the language around VR. It's not the Apple headset, it's Apple Vision Pro. They say this in their literature where you sign on to talk about or develop apps, not to use the article "the" in front of Vision Pro. It's not the Vision Pro, it's Vision Pro, proper noun. It's not mixed reality or virtual reality, it's spatial computing. They are trying to use this so that all of these tech journalists will now 1984 newspeak around a decade of VR development and give Apple all of this credit for using new words. That's all Apple's trying to do. If they only move like 200,000 units to actual real people, it's a victory. If you've got, major news publication. I was about to start naming names. If you've got major news publications using all of Apple's language and terminology, then that's it. Then they've won VR, even though Quest has, I believe the last count, Quest was sold over 20 million units. There are more Quests out in the wild than the current generation of Xboxes. But Apple needs to say VR. Makes no sense if you really look at what these numbers mean and who has apps and who has games, because Apple ain't got nothing.
Yeah. It's being launched with very limited support. I mean, well, not support, but very limited apps, and you really can't do too much on this thing. You can watch a movie on it.
Yeah, and I've got really cute $400 glasses that I can watch a movie on. And I want to point this out. So I actually want to point this out. So if you have foveated lenses with 4K resolution that spread out over 100 degrees field of view, that means the middle of your field of view, where the movie is going to float out in space like it's your TV, is going to be closer to 1080p resolution. So if you want to see what that looks like, you already have that pixel pitch. This is 1080p. and it occupies a smaller field of view than Vision Pro, but that's the cutout that you would see in the movie from Vision Pro. So you have a similar resolution, a similar dots per degree, pixels per degree, PPD measurement. This is a $400 pair of glasses versus a $3,500 mixed reality developer kit. Mm-hmm. You can already play with this stuff. And you can, whether or not you like it, you can kind of get a taste for it and see, is this going to be my bag? These things are amazing. Like, I love taking flights with these because they're so light. They run longer with my Steam Deck because the Steam Deck doesn't have to power its own screen. And I get a massive screen, but then also I can see, like when a stewardess is walking, or flight attendant, excuse me, stewardess, that's not the right word. When a flight attendant is walking by, or when my wife needs me, or like this is still open. I'm still accessible. I'm still a part of the world around me. But I have an incredible view, and when I'm gaming, I'm just kicking back. I don't have to like roll up and look at my Steam Deck, or I'm poking around on my phone. I'm all hunched up. No. Like I have huge screen, and these are so much lighter and so much airier, and my face isn't like suction cupped shut. So I don't believe Vision Pro is the let's take augmented reality and walk around with it thing. I don't know that Apple has a solution for us, and they've spent over 10 years not delivering anything in the VR space. We've given up on everything else, waiting for Apple to save VR.
Dexter bring up a good point. Netflix said they're not making an app for it. So Netflix said, sorry, you can use the browser. We're not making an app for Vision Pro. So
yeah.
Hey, were those the X-Real glasses one?
Yeah, these are the X-Reals. I also have an older Rokid, some TCLs, and the newer Ray Neos. So I've been playing around with a few. I just for my face, the X-Reals kind of fit my face better. But that is also one of the tricky things is as soon as you put something on your face, it's kind of like earbuds. There is no one earbud that fits everyone comfortably. And your eyes are an order of magnitude more difficult to design for than ears. So as we get more into face computing, this is why I'm so sad that Google Glass never iterated for consumers, is because we would have learned a lot along the way. And now we're just kind of learning it now, even though we've been playing with AR for like 15 years-ish. We still need to figure these things out. A lot of consumers are going to get left behind. In this first wave of mixed and XR style presentation.
I mean, and the thing about it is, Apple with the dev kit that they're selling for $3,700 with 2 hours of battery life with no app support, it's going to be pretty interesting because we say it's going to be pretty interesting. Listen, I'm game for looking at the ups and downs of technology in 2024 because it's going to be fun, and we're going to enjoy it. We go discuss it, and this is why we have these live streams, because we debate, we discuss it, and enjoy it, because we try to educate our viewers.
and also the industry is bouncing back. I think we're starting to bottom out from all of the sales lulls that we saw over the last year, but in that I think over the last year also showed that consumers are ready. Techies are sitting here debating the minutia of like, what's a premium tier phone versus a flagship phone versus an ultra phone? And consumers are like, I'm ready to move beyond phone. I'm ready to see something new that makes me excited for whatever comes next in this, because getting a new phone is just a chore. It's an obligation I have to own this thing and to communicate to communicate with other people. But what's going to be fun? And right now, phones aren't fun for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just very excited that you've taken this commitment to pre-order every color of OnePlus in the 12R.
Every color?
And the standard. And I feel like this is overkill that you don't need to get every storage model difference too. Like, you don't need to have 4 versions of the OnePlus 12 easy. You can just have like the 2 colors. So if you're going to compare performance between the 12 gig and the 16 gig,
I like the green.
You don't need to have 12 and 16 in green and 12 and 16 in black. So I think that's kind of overkill.
I like the green. I like the green.
Oh, the green is legit.
I like the green.
The green is better on the 12 than it was on the Open or the OnePlus 10. That marble finish is really, really nice. It looks good.
I'm
done with green phones.
I'm stoked for it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm done with green
Get
phones.
get rid of that S22.
Wait.
Get rid of that 8 Gen 1. Get your trade in.
Yeah.
That 8 Gen 1 is not going to age. You're not going to want to use that phone. You're not going to want to use that as a museum phone because it runs so hot that battery's going to puff in 2 years.
He doesn't care. One.
I had to get rid of another 2 Samsungs.
He'll just take it out. He'll just take it out. I'm like, this is my. It has no battery, but
care, sir. He's a collector. He's a hoarder.
I don't know if I can find this.
He'll turn it into like a frame or whatever for a picture.
I had to get rid of. I actually have to go right after this, but I had to get rid of another 2 Samsungs, an S7 Edge, and I had an older. They did a Sprint version of the Active, and so now all of my Samsung rugged phones, battery puffed, dead. They're basically just incendiary ticking time bombs. This is one of the OG Huawei's. It's a ripoff of the iPhone 4 design. And this thing still holds a charge. This thing still powers on. The cool feature on this is that it has this little circular cutout thing. So it has a pin tool so you can pop the SD card and the SIM card trays just in the side of the phone. That's a hot feature for this Huawei back in the day.
I'm excited.
So this phone has not battery puffed, still holds a charge, still functions great. I'm now sitting on 7 Samsungs that are all basically e-waste and dangerous. And I've got them in an ammo crate before I can go and take them to a hazardous waste material spot.
That's ridiculous.
So get rid of your 8 Gen 1, trade it in, and get yourself a OnePlus 12. You'll thank me when you do.
OnePlus 12.
One. We all know. We all know he's gonna be like,
Daddy, your man's up there. Him, he ain't doing it, man.
Easy gonna be like,
we can keep twisting. We can keep twisting. He'll see.
I am. Look, listen, man. I am probably most stoked for the OnePlus. Because listen, I have the OnePlus 10 Pro. I have the OnePlus 9. I have the OnePlus 7, OnePlus 6, OnePlus 3. And OnePlus have always been, and I actually do my oldie but goodie videos, and I put all the OnePlus 3 and all that stuff like that, and it's fantastic to go back to those OnePlus devices. So
how far you gotta go back, bro?
I mean, but why are you?
So I think you still have the 10 Pro.
Buying the 12.
Yes, I have the 10 Pro.
Okay,
trade in the 10 Pro. Get rid of that one too.
Phone. Oh no, I love that phone.
10 Pro, also Snapdragon 8 Gen 1.
Really?
Just get rid of it.
Yeah, it is.
So quickly,
You're not going to keep with every device that you've been playing with over the course of 2023. You're not going to go back to that chip. You're not. This is a different conversation for folks out there who are daily drivering a phone from that era. And I would recommend looking at the potential to upgrade or flip your phone. This is Easy, who has maybe half as many phones as I do. So he doesn't need to sit on a bunch of 8 Gen 1s.
Half as many.
He needs to get rid of more of these before he becomes the cautionary tale like I am, where this could burn down my home.
No comp, Easy. No comp.
I got to get going.
Right,
I got to go finish up that time.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
Later.
I want to show wine.
Oh, you want to show him the trash?
No, that's a Sony. What are you talking about? That's one Mark.
Okay, my bad.
That's one Mark II.
My bad. I take that back.
I actually been daily driving it. The one
10 Pro's is a great phone, Big House. What he's talking about is the 8th Gen 1 is not going to age like the 8th Gen 2.
It's not going to age well. That's what people are saying. So yeah, I've been daily driving the one Mark II, and it's, oh my God, the phone is so good. Man, it has an 888 processor in it, it's a really good phone. It's just one of those things that I wish that Sony would do a little more support on their devices, because they only do 2 years, and so it was DOA after, but it still runs great, and it's running Android 12, and it still runs fantastic on it. And I've been daily driving it for the last week. It's been fantastic. I mean, it works great. I don't have no problem with it. But but man, shout out to Winebeck now that came on through, shot his knowledge to us, man, and gave us his thoughts and opinion of everything. That was great, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Wow, man. But as we talk about the future right now, that price point. I say this: price is everything. Price is everything. I mean, listen, I talk about how phones been fast. I made a video and I showcased some older camera samples that I have on older devices. The cameras has been fantastic. And I always talk about this, right? It's up to the user to make a good photo. I mean, listen, I talk about that. But at the end of the day, price is everything. When you talk about Samsung increasing prices, here come OnePlus and say, hold my beer. And that's the key to the game. Even with Google, increasing their prices, here go OnePlus, they hold my beer. And so it's hard, man. It's hard, especially with the trade-ins. I mean, you damn near getting it $400, man. Like for me, I was like, God, $300, $400. And somebody said they got theirs for. Well, hopefully we could get the info from what's the name? Say that he got his for $3 and some change. Because I mean, if you get it for $3 and some change, I mean that's almost an instant buy. So trading your Sony phone. I mean, look, you got to remember in the tech space, Sony phones are not in nobody's trading value. They don't have no trading value. So
you got to sell them on your own.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to remember, Sony phones, you won't see no Sony phones, you won't see no Motorola phones, you won't see no Xiaomi, you won't see none of those phones won't be on the trading value for a lot of these companies, because it's all about the hype phones. It's all about the phones, that some phones are meaningless, but you won't never see Sony phones on nobody's trade-in value. As far as Samsung, they only have three companies on their trade-in value. It's gonna be Apple, it's gonna be themselves, because and who else they used to have in there? Should be Apple, it'll be Samsung, and they have another company that they're having as far as trading for Samsung. But I mean, but the carriers is doing better than Samsung when it comes down to trading, but you could be obligated for a 3-year lockdown with the carrier. So, I mean, All right. So it's Samsung, Google, and Apple. Okay. All right, Google. Thank y'all guys for correcting me. I appreciate that. But I mean, man, woo. And that just hyped me up even more for the OnePlus Open 2. That's coming out later on this year.
You didn't buy the one.
But I said I wasn't buying the one. What did I say?
Here you go. How far you done got in the bottom of that gallon of Crown?
I mean, trust me, I gotta get it refill, sir.
Trust me, nigga. I gotta get that refill.
I gotta get a refill.
Gotta get a refill.
I gotta get a refill.
A refill.
I gotta get a refill.
Well, that just tells me how far you've gone down that bottle.
I'm out of ice, sir. I gotta go get some more ice because I can't drink it hot.
Can't drink it hot?
Why you
don't want to drink that shit hot?
The block's hot.
The block is hot. Shout out to JoJo, y'all. She got the S24.
Yes.
I mean, you've been rocking and rolling it, and it looks good. The Ultra looks good. I've been watching your TikToks. I've been watching your stuff and everything. So, shout out to JoJo. She's been rocking and rolling with that.
Hey.
Great device. All right. That's what I'm talking about. What's your thoughts about it so far? You want to give people kind of your thoughts after about
I like it.
Okay.
I like it more than I thought I would. I really like the S Pen. Yeah, I do. Surprisingly. I'm still not giving up my Pixel, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I know you don't.
Jay Jeter, OnePlus is not in any U.S. carrier anymore.
The AI features, I like them, but I didn't have the 8 Pro to compare it to. So for me, this is my first time experiencing the AI stuff, which I like, but it's not like gonna move me, in any direction. I don't think AI is that, for me, it's not that important. But I like how solid it is. I like the look of it, and I'm enjoying it.
Cool. Hey, what was your last Galaxy phone? Did you have the S20? Okay.
I had the last time I used a Samsung phone, we were still on TouchWiz.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
That's how long ago that is.
Okay.
Touch with.
Same
Since
here.
then, I've been using other stuff, not Samsung.
Okay, because and the reason why I asked that question because if you had if you was had the S23, how would it compare to the S23? But you haven't had any, so okay,
No.
yeah,
So I'm coming from like a first time. I guess I would say a first time Samsung user,
okay,
pretty much. Coming from a Pixel.
okay.
That'll work.
That's gonna be how I'm gonna approach my review.
So since you have the Pixel Fold, which that does have the AI, some of the AI features, but no, it doesn't. You don't have the Pixel 8. You don't have the Pixel 8. Okay, all right. So okay. So I see how you approach it. Well, I mean, we can't wait to see it. Take your time. Don't no rush. Take your time.
Right now, I'm doing daily videos on all the AI stuff.
Yeah. It has been great. I've been watching on TikTok and stuff like that. Your editing skills great.
Definitely, I told her.
Yeah, editing skills.
It is nice.
You know, all the
Edit
stuff
my damn videos.
and all this stuff like that. God, there you go. Woo! Yes, indeed.
She doesn't have the Pixel 8 Pro. She has the Pixel Fold.
I don't. Yeah.
Right. She got the Pixel Fold. So that's what the question I was asking. She didn't have the Pixel 8, but she got the Pixel Fold. So, but yeah, I mean, it's. So make sure all y'all go to JoJo's YouTube. Somebody put a YouTube channel link in there. Because I got a whole bunch of y'all in the chats right now. And hopefully y'all can go to our channel, subscribe, make sure y'all check out, send a, subscribe, and check out our YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Check out my awesome editing skills.
Yeah, awesome editing skills, stuff like that. Editing videos like Mr. Beast, right? She got the editing skills like Mr. Beast. All that stuff. That's good, man. I like that. That's great. I mean, especially with the TikToks and everything, it was good, man. I seen the video that you dropped. I comment on it, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I saw that.
But yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be a great year, man. I'm going to tell you, it's only beginning. It'll be only in January. And, so we start to see the future of a lot of companies that's going to push the needle from OnePlus to Motorola. We won't see too much from Samsung. Now, I'm going to tell you, and I know BY talked about this, about a regime change. And there was a lot of rumor out about regime changes. I think the Fold 6 is going to tell all that if the Fold 6 flop, just like the Fold 5, I think you could definitely have a regime change in Samsung, which is needed. So hopefully in 2025, 2026, you will start seeing some differences in Samsung. But right now, and it's gonna be hard for Samsung to come back when you have OnePlus saying, you know what, we go take the mantle. Motorola go say we go take the mantle. And now Samsung like, oh, we go try to scratch back up, and they go be done, because competition.
All right, Black, you have a good one, sir.
Difficult to come back.
I understand, Trenton. Now, and we're gonna live through you with Vision Pro, so it works both ways. We totally get it, sir.
Right.
Yeah,
we totally get it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all good, man. I mean, listen, for me,
we all don't have unlimited budgets where we can just buy everything that comes out.
Yeah, definitely. So we have to pick and choose the stuff that we purchase, because I mean, none of us don't have unlimited budgets. Even if we did have unlimited, will we spend the capital to buy everything though? Because I mean, I don't know. I don't, Bims. Trust me, I have set my budget down. I promise you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Mims, I don't have the budget. Listen, man, what I did in 2023 buying all these microphones, if y'all only could be a fly on the wall when I go see my CPA in the next week or so, it's gonna be hilarious. Well, not hilarious for me, but it's gonna be.
It'd not be funny at all.
It gonna be funny. It's because I have to expose my spending. and it's gonna be fucked up. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's gonna be fucked because I did really overspend on a lot, so I cut back. I didn't spend I got some stuff, but as far as major purchases, I haven't done nothing in January at all, and I got my budget has to be cut. Besides my cameras, y'all. I mean, to tell you the truth, man. I mean, y'all might get pissed off at me about a lot of things that I don't buy. Just understand that it's because of a limited budget.
Pissed off, sir. We just think that you're disingenuous. That's all.
Yeah.
It's not,
we're not mad. We just know what you like and what you.
We are not
you
you're not going to do.
I know that I'm invested in cameras this year. That's my main focus, and I'll pass on a lot of things, but cameras is my main focus this year. So
but it's just like this. We're just being upfront and honest. It's like you were in Samsung forums at 3 a.m. You did 2 live streams. You live streamed the event and did a live stream again talking about Samsung. Forgot that OnePlus had an event yesterday. So that's yeah. You said that's what you told me. You said you forgot they had an event.
Did I say that? No.
Yeah, you said I forgot they had an event.
I'm sorry. I must have was drunk when I typed it.
We know that, sir. I was like, today's Wednesday.
Watch it. You was
Easy
drunk.
I watched the event, and I was up watching the event. So I watched, the event. I was excited. I was like, wow, this is nice. I liked everything that OnePlus did in the event. It was great. The event was great. Better than the Samsung event, that's for sure. Because I was fussing and cussing on my live.
What, the OnePlus event?
Yeah.
I don't know, sir. That
the OnePlus event was kind of trash.
That shit was fucking boring, though.
It was bit old.
That shit was trash.
They had a dude on there that was scared to be up there. He was scared to death. Yeah, it was almost like he was going to march to a firing squad.
Yeah, that shit was dull as hell, bro. I don't know what OnePlus event you watch, but that shit was boring.
I think these people that really don't have confidence when they get on stage. You see some of the confidence moves of some of these people.
If I walked out with that OnePlus 12, I would be super confident.
Like
even Hefe said OnePlus event was trash.
Yeah.
Even if you look
12 and the Buzz are dope. Yeah.
So we had with this comment.
Yes, that's what it was. He was having a panic attack
from the Qualcomm boy.
He was having a panic attack. I was like, what is going on here?
He said, I turned it off and watched the reviews.
that was maybe what I did.
As how bad he was, like, damn.
I watched the reviews.
That might have been the worst crowd ever, Big House.
But that
been the
crowd
worst crowd
tough.
ever.
I think that's what I did. I think I watched the reviews on it because
that crowd was tough, bro.
The reviews came out exactly when the keynote that got launched. So maybe I watched the reviews.
Yeah, no, it was actually when the keynote finished. That's when the reviews came out.
Oh, they waited because with Samsung it was like as soon as it started, all the reviews were out.
Yeah, they don't give Samsung they don't care about Samsung no more. So they'll drop their reviews when the man walk across the stage. Your notification going on.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what they tell you. This is not because they feel like dropping it at 10 a.m. That's what they tell you to do.
Right, that nigga was shaking like a stripper.
Yeah, he was scared too.
That nigga was Shakira out there on the stage, but that nigga was shaking.
He acted like someone, like he was just sitting there chilling. It's like, oh, cool, man, I get to go to my first one. They're like, hey, so and so didn't make it. Can you go and present this? That's how he acted. Like he had never.
Right.
I'm not prepared. I don't even know what to say, man. Where am I supposed to look?
Right. But that nigga,
he was probably picturing the crowd in their underwear or something, trying to not be so nervous.
Oh, I love that.
Oh man,
it's like
it's gonna be great, man. I mean, it should have a little more confidence in themselves when they walk across the stage. It could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I think for the most part, when we got MWC coming up next month, March, and then we got Sony rumored to drop their device in March, which gonna be nice. Can't wait for the one Mark 6. So we got the one Mark 6, and they could probably drop their little budget device, one Mark 6, and they're gonna have their budget device. And MWC gonna have a couple of odds and ends gonna be ready to rock and roll. I always notice, don't Huawei always drop a device at MWC, right?
I could have sworn Huawei is dropping a device.
Okay, Huawei might drop their device
Yeah.
at MWC. And did Xiaomi drop their devices at MWC also, right?
They'll probably talk about the 14 Ultra.
Okay, so Huawei will probably drop theirs. Xiaomi go drop theirs.
I don't know if they're going to drop it, but they'll probably talk.
I mean,
about
they probably talk about it. And you have some odds and ends. You may have what's this other company, man? Realme, right? Realme go probably drop something MWC. They always drop theirs around MWC.
They might
Realme,
drop a global. That's a good point. They might drop a global.
Yeah, so you have Realme, and then you'll have who else up there? These other little odds and ends companies that might drop their devices. MWC getting ready for 2024. I mean, they go push the needle, man. I mean, a lot of them go have Snapdragon 8 Gen 3s in them. 16, 20 gigs of RAM, 24 gigs of RAM. That's look like that's where we going at right there. AI, a lot of AI go be mentioned because everybody's talking about AI right now. That's going to be definitely something that they go mention. And hey, it's going to be fun. Cameras, obviously, they're going to spend half the keynote address on cameras, especially if they're putting one-inch sensors in their devices. You might see a lot of camera samples and video and stuff like that. And it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
The next major event is WWDC, which we may get some new iPads. I'm shopping for iPads this year.
Yeah, this year I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm shopping for iPad Pros this year. So I want to probably pick up an M3 iPad this year. So I'm in the market for iPad. And then after that, you're gonna have. Well, I'm also excited for WWDC because since I'm running Mac Studios, I want to see what the next iteration of the operating system that they go rock. So and I'll go from there. I mean, I think it's gonna be great. But then what we got after that? You got Samsung Fold 6, which the rumor has it that Samsung ain't really doing nothing right now. With the Fold 6, we thought the pen go be in the device. Now they canceled that Christmas. They say that we thought that we were gonna have a wider display, but some reports came out that it's not gonna be a wide display. Only gonna be the same old design, same cameras. So look like we're gonna get another iteration update with that. And then September you got Apple go drop their 16s and 16 Pro Maxes and stuff, and then we get ready for OnePlus and Google. Well, no, I'm sorry. The Pixel Fold about to come out in between that, right? Isn't it go April, right? Around April.
If they keep to that time, yeah.
No, that shit around.
I'm gonna try to control myself this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not getting that.
I will
I'm
try.
not getting that, JoJo. I'm skipping that this
Are you
year.
gonna skip Pixel Fold?
I'm skipping the Pixel Fold 2 this year. Because I told you guys
He wants
already.
the 9 Pro.
He wants the 9.
I went Fold last year, and I'm going 9 Pro this year, and then next year I will
do
go
the same.
Fold 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because because of what they do to us, we get the Fold and then we don't get the new features when they come out.
Yeah, and then the 9
they
gets all
screwed with us.
Yeah,
That was one phone I never wanted.
What?
A
The
Pixel
Fold?
Pixel Fold.
Well, you wanted it because you ordered it and canceled it.
Yeah,
At some point, you wanted
That was called FOMO.
but you
That
wanted
wasn't-
it at
that's
some
fear
point.
of
But you
missing
wanted
out.
it.
It wasn't once I came to my senses.
Yeah, you
done.
came for your senses, but you wanted it before that.
No, it's called FOMO.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dexter said
I know
Fold
all about
6
that.
is DOA.
I
know
agree
all
with
about
you.
the
I think the
FOMO.
Fold 6 is gonna be DOA. I agree. I think the Fold 6 is gonna be DOA.
Whatever,
Oh,
man.
hey.
Eat a dick.
Get him, man.
Oh, now it's get him Mims, but when he's in your ass, it's a whole different thing, huh?
Oh, sir.
Oh, he's in your ass. Now it's get him Mims.
Hold up. Hold up.
I gotta go get some ice.
Of course you do. Yeah, I ordered it, and I owned it. I ordered it, and as soon as I ordered it, I fucking canceled it. And I think I was pretty much
Saw that big house.
very clear about what I said. I was like, I can't see letting these people hold my $1,900 until they decide to give me my my trade-in money back. Fuck that.
All right.
So y'all let them hold on to your $1,900. No, I didn't order it twice, fool.
I sure
That's
did.
That's you trying to goddamn spin a narrative.
Well.
What am I holding right now? What am I? Okay, wait, hold on. What am I using right now? Because I have multiple phones. So right now, what I have in my hand is a Pixel 6 Pro.
Boom.
That's what I have in my hand. But what do I own? We don't have that kind of time. We ain't got that kind of time, brother.
Hey, D Mims even said it. Okay.
Okay, but I didn't buy it, dummy. So at the end of the day, the people who still have it are salty because they didn't get the new features like yourself. You didn't get the new features, and then you pissed because you did not wait and get the 8 Pro. So fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, I wanted a foldable, so I'm not.
And you know something, Smokey? You don't do that. I can't be Easy Junior if I didn't buy the phone, sir. Can't be Easy Junior if I didn't buy the phone. And Carnizzle, do yourself a favor, brother. With all the updates that they do and what they've done to the 6 and the 6 Pro, I think you'll find your experience to be a little bit better.
Yeah. There's a lot of updates.
I think you'll.
The 7 Pro is a way better phone than
do your thing. I bought this when I got it, and I updated, and now it's fine. I just wanted to see what it would do. Y'all just mad because you spent that money on that phone and you're not happy. That's why I didn't buy the motherfucker. Y'all mad?
No, I'm not mad.
Listen, Smokey, I know you ain't mad.
You live, you learn.
Hot to be mad.
Hey, I you know.
Oh God. Let me ask you a question, bro. Is that the same bottle that you, or is that a different bottle?
It's the same bottle, man. Come on.
I know how much of an alky you are, sir. So I wasn't sure if you went back to the store.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you did because that's about 3 weeks. So you're out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been taking it slow, sir.
All right. Okay.
I've been taking it slow, man.
You been taking it real slow because I think you bought that 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I've been taking it slow, man. I've been taking it real slow. Nah, we got.
I don't have. Hold on, get it right. What? I might have one in the garage, bro. And that's not stopping any cap, sir. There's a possibility. Hey, man, what's that piece of shit like that light blue phone that they had? Barry, the one that they were talking. Come on, y'all.
Which one?
What are you talking about? What phone?
The blue, that little light that only they made it one time.
Who? What company?
What company?
God, I'm drawing a fucking blank. God,
what company? Fucker?
Nigga, if I knew the
fucker. So it was blue and they made it one time.
Oh, blue.
Oh God.
Oh, wait, you talking about the blue phones?
No,
No,
it was blue.
With the white. It was cheaply made.
It'll come to you. It's okay.
Oh, you're talking about was it like the Razor, but it was a Next Big Robin?
Yes, I have that. Thank you, Barry. Thank you.
Yeah.
That phone is so far away from me. I don't know what the fuck to do. I got that thing floating in the garage to get it right. So at the end of the day, hey man.
I actually made positive videos. I love that phone when it first came out.
Oh, easy. Hold on, because I did this the other day. Since Get It Right want to play games with a nigga. You don't know me, sir. So
Michael.
You see, we gonna
what up,
hold on, easy. I'm gonna swap cameras.
All right.
Hold on.
So D Mim said that's why you're Easy Junior.
Fuck Mims. Mims means nothing to me. He's just a douchebag. I don't have time for him.
You're happy with your Pixel food, JoJo?
I'm fixing it.
Pixel food.
The Pixel food. Okay.
I guess I'm hungry.
Right. The Pixel food.
Pixel fold.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on that, sir?
Yes, I have that.
That's
I have
a
that.
razor.
That's
Okay,
the
so
razor.
that's a razor. That's the razor.
That's the new and improved next but
Hold on.
ramen.
Since my friend wanted
that's
to
bitch
call guard,
slobbing.
I got the box, sir.
I love that phone.
That is-
I
yeah.
loved that
I have the
phone.
box, sir.
I
So
love that
don't.
phone.
So when you said I have the LG G2, maybe.
Yeah, I
But
love that phone. I love that phone. I got my
I have the
razor.
box with everything in the motherfucker.
Yeah.
I found it in the garage.
D-Mims, Sean might be Easy Junior in your mind, but Juan said Easy had half as many phones as him.
So shut the fuck up.
You like that? You like that? Hey, Easy. Oh, he's don't have his headphones. I'm like, hey, Easy.
I know.
I was just. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard it through the headphones. Yes.
Okay.
I'm telling people that I got over 230 phones.
And he said you have half as many.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, I see it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my God, I love this
I don't have
phone.
to close the
Man,
windows, man. I got something else going on. There's no
nobody say,
porn in the background,
right?
man.
I
Fuck
don't
you.
give a fuck what nobody say. This phone is. These older phones were so fucking good. This is a great phone. I can play all my games on this phone. I can play them.
Is that the 2?
This is the 2, yeah.
Yeah, I got that somewhere in the garage too.
It's got the glass back, so I really like
the glass back,
one.
man.
Yeah,
I saw
the
this one in
one.
the garage. I couldn't fucking believe it.
This was so good, man. And Razer give up. They didn't make phones.
They just said fuck us. That's what they told us.
Man, and we was waiting on the Razer 3. I mean, they could have
I know
came
I
up with triggers on the side, and put an 888 processor in about 16 gigs of RAM, triggers on the side with some cooling, and sell it for about $699, $799, and bam, that's what I'm talking about. That's all they had to do. They ain't got to do all that bullshit. They put if the Razer 3 with the camera.
No, I don't. I didn't like the key. I'm sorry.
And with about 16 gigs of RAM and some triggers on the side, and it came out with about $799. That phone would be great. Now, Doodle and them, they wouldn't care about it because they're all about, they all goggling on Samsung. But I mean, it would have been great.
Really, nigga?
See, I don't have to curse Mims out because I got Sean.
Yeah, man, fuck him. At the end of the day, no, nigga, I don't have a BlackBerry key.
Hey, Will in the building.
What's up,
Jay
Jay
Will,
Will?
what's
Sorry
up,
for the
sir?
cussing, bro.
That's it.
You ain't got
With your
all my
arm
fucking ears
snaps?
at the end.
World
That's it.
famous. World famous.
Oh, we
Wow,
got
thank
the
you,
game
Will.
on, all the
World
celebrities,
renowned.
all the celebrities come through the house today. Jay will drop a video today, right?
Jay will drop too many videos today, sir.
He drop a video today.
Oh, man.
Jay Williams?
I'm sorry, Jay Will said, bro. I'm sorry. If I would have known you was, I wouldn't say it, sir.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jay
I said,
Will
Right,
in the building.
Right, you heard him, Scoop?
stop
That's
it.
how he
Stop
sounded.
it. Would you please stop it?
Oh man. But Jay Will talked about Oneplus today in his video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he
I
dropped a
missed
video.
it. I was at a client. I'll check it out tonight.
I'm gonna tell you, you got two people. Well, I watch all y'all videos, but I know when Jay Will constantly drop videos, and I know when Wireback now drop his video, as soon as I get the notification, I click on it. I might be, edit the video, whatever, and I don't usually comment on a lot of people's videos, but I always watch. I watch all y'all guys' videos, like I really do. But when I watch Wireback now videos for information and education. I watch Jay Will videos because there's no nonsense. He gets straight to the point. He tell it how it is. I watch y'all guys' videos because y'all guys bring knowledge also and education to me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm restructuring my videos. I'm doing something different. Well, trying to do something. I'm trying to do something different. Trying to make a different change with my podcast. Hopefully this come through for me. So y'all guys would probably see something different on my podcast. I wouldn't know by this weekend whether or not my podcast gonna change. If not, you gonna see me soloing it. But I'm trying to have a permanent guest on my podcast, and hopefully this will pan out for me. If so, y'all would know it because I'm big excited. I'm gonna let everybody know. If you're a member of my YouTube channel, you would definitely know. If you're not a member, you might have to wait till next week or week after next. But because I mean, the members get everything. So if y'all guys don't know, if you're a member of my YouTube channel, you get to see everything. A lot of stuff that I don't post on YouTube, I always go on my members only. And but yeah, man, it's great time for me, man. And I think I always talk about this that we all go shine, and I talk about this, and I know what Gigi always said. He said that same stuff every year, but I have confidence and positivity in my people, man. That's why I always say it. You ain't never hear me say not one time that things ain't gonna work out, because we all gonna work out together. You know what I'm saying? And it's all gonna shine. Yes, don't change, sir. I know. Jay Will say, yeah, I'm human, sir. Yep. And go from there, man. Listen, man, I'm gonna say this, and I know it's probably gonna be controversial to a lot of people. What Trent did, and what the Flame, what's the name?
Viper.
Did. What Trent and Viper did is exactly what you're supposed to do if you're trying to. When you grow on a YouTube channel, you ask your audience, and you ask your supporters, and you ask your people to support you. This is what support is about. And I really, appreciate that because they say a closed mouth don't get fed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want something, and you want your community to support you, you reach out to your community. And obviously, when you reach out to your community, you say stuff like, I want to buy a new smartphone and I need y'all guys' help. You got your naysayers out there. Oh my God, if you can't afford it, go get a job. Listen, man, those people you mute, you delete, you don't worry about, because they're not part of your community. They're not part of your people. I would always say that in your community, if your community is down for you, right? They've been with you since day one. They support you no matter what, financially, and watching your content, sharing your content, being there for you. I don't think it's no issue for a content creator to reach out to their community for financial support. Because we do giveaways, right? We give shit away to people, and they don't, nobody will complain about that. If they want a new iPhone or they want a new headphones or something like that, they don't complain about that. So I think it's okay for content creators to reach out to their community if they want.
And that's what they did. They reached out to their community.
And guess what? It helps them. So listen, I know that, he got backlash from it, right? But listen, man, at the end of the day, I'm going to support Viper. I'm going to support Trent. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to support these guys, man, no matter what. Because they're content creators, and they out there doing their due diligence. It ain't like they scamming people. They got content creators out there that's scamming people. And y'all love them. I always say this, right? When you real, people hate you for being real. But when you fake and phony, they love you for it. When you fake and phony, they love you for it. When you real, they hate you for it. So keep it real. Let them hate. That's the bottom line. Because guess what? Jay Will in the building, he know they hated Jesus, but he still done his thing. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to continue to do what you got to do. And don't worry about the hate. Don't worry about the backlash. Don't worry about all that, because you got the content creators going to support you no matter what. And we got his back. I'm part of his audience. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of, his group or whatever and stuff like that. I'm Trent. I watch his videos, support him, whatever. And go from there. And it is what it is. It's okay for somebody that's not their color to ask for something, and nobody don't probably have no problem with it. But when you're a certain color, you ask for something, they say, "Oh my God, you begging people," and "Oh my God, go get a job." YouTube ain't no job. It ain't no work. And I disagree with that, right? because I put 60, 70 hours into YouTube, and you can't sit up and tell me I don't put work in. So, I mean, I don't hear that crap about YouTube ain't no job. Listen, I look at it as a hobby. I'm a hobbyist. I don't use YouTube to pay my bills, right?
Right.
I don't pay my bills. It's a side hustle like Uber Eats and DoorDash. That's why I look at this, right? It don't pay my bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if I'm putting this type of time and effort and work in, you know, it's work. You know, I don't turn on the camera and upload videos. You know what I'm saying? I got editing involved. I put, research and, you type up scripts and all that stuff like that. Man, this is difficult work to do, right? And nobody say that YouTube is easy because none of this stuff is easy. Listen, a lot of people say YouTube is easy.
They used to, Jay.
YouTube is not easy. I would challenge anybody. If you think YouTube easy, turn on your camera, upload a video, see how many views you get. Turn on your camera and make a video and upload and see how many views you get. And if you think it's easy, you think you could be a superstar, make millions of views and making all this money go viral on YouTube, try it. Because they got millions of people on YouTube that can't do it. And if you believe that you can do it, do it. I always tell people that come criticize me, you think you could do better than me, Playboy? Hell that.
Think you do better than me?
If you could do better than me, hell that. And they don't.
You can do better than me.
You think you can do better than me?
Think you can do better than me?
All right, y'all. So who's streaming tomorrow? Ike is tomorrow.
And Juan and TK.
TK tomorrow, and then Friday. You clean or dirty?
We clean Friday because last Friday we went dirty.
Okay, so we clean this Friday, and then Saturday we got a podcast and stuff. I got my podcast Friday. I got my podcast tomorrow. So if y'all on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or whatever, check out the Tech Preacher podcast tomorrow. And Saturday, we got podcast Saturday. Got football game Saturday, so I'll be knee deep in watching playoffs.
I don't think we have a football game Saturday. Both the games are on Sunday.
No, both the games are Sunday. That's right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I think we have a parade in out here start this weekend. So I'm gonna have to probably go check out a parade this weekend. Because we have full Mardi Gras down there in Louisiana.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Y'all love that.
Full Mardi Gras in Louisiana, man. It's time to go party.
I forgot.
So it's time to party down in Louisiana.
Y'all close school down there for that shit.
Yeah, man. They got parades and cotton candy and drinks and bars.
You don't need no more drinks, man.
So,
you don't need no more drinks, man.
Yeah. And Sunday, it's
Heifer. He may go.
No man. No man. What I say? No man.
No man. Tech project.
The no name tech project. Okay. Them niggas got no name. Okay.
Yeah,
no name niggas.
And, I think Thunderbush might be going back. Hey man, he started.
What I do, man? What I do?
Y'all saw Thunderbush new YouTube channel when he went into the hotels and showed all cracked and dirty and roaches and all that stuff.
He got a new YouTube channel?
Man. It's an old channel, but he renamed it.
Yeah,
and that's the one called Trizzy, right?
Trizzy, yeah. Shout out to Trizzy, man.
Trizzy's a bad man.
Yeah, he exposed hotels and motels and stuff, man, with roaches and all dirtiness and all that, man.
That man said that's his crib. You stupid, man.
Trizzy 262, previously Latrell Jennings.
Yeah. He should call it Thunderbush, man. Everybody would know.
Nah, you gotta call him Dreaded Bush.
Y'all know where he got the name Trizzy from?
From you.
Yes, sir.
From you.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you got Tech Tweezy.
Yeah. And so I mean, check
I
them
like
out.
how niggas accept their nickname. I like that.
Yeah.
You get it from Barry. It's different. It's not a shot.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? You get it from your black ass. It's a shot.
Hey, who gave Bradley Island Boy? That was me.
Oh, okay.
That was me that started calling him Island Boy like that. So that's not a bad
Well, it's
shot.
better than Kimmy calling me a motherfucker. So that's a whole
So any one of y'all dropping videos this week? JoJo, you dropping anything?
Every day.
Okay, every day.
Yeah, she dropped videos every day. I dropped one yesterday.
I saw you. I saw you. I see you.
Got
Jojo. I'm
the
telling you.
little
I
case,
tell you.
got the little dummy
Yeah.
phone, man. Go
doing
ahead
it.
on.
Hey, that thing is doing really good right now. That motherfucker
I'm
over
like, what the fuck? I see Jojo all the
13
time.
hundo.
What's going on around here?
That's what's up. Well, you know why? It's because here's the thing. Y'all know how this works, right? Your most popular phones, like your Samsung, your Apples, will always do good when they come down to views, right? I mean, that's what it is. It S24. Even when I drop my S24 video, it's doing very well, you know. So, I mean, you know, for content creators that really want to, you know, kind of make money on this platform, all they do is follow. If you follow hype, you can be successful. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Sounds like Apple brings in the views. So I can see you know, anybody that drops Samsung videos or Apple videos, they gonna do very well when they come down to views. So
yeah, that thing doing pretty good.
Yeah, you know, and so that it.
They like 13 subs off of that motherfucker.
Oh man, that's excellent, man. That's a win. You know, that's a win. So, JoJo dropping a video, the scoop
every day.
When your next one, man? I'm waiting on you to come out with that next one, bro.
When I'm ready.
That's enough said, sir. And Sean, when you go drop that first video, sir?
When I fucking feel like it.
Right, when you drop that
My
video.
dog. My dog.
I can see
My dog, Sean.
Sean dropping the video. Welcome, y'all. I'm Sean. Fuck all this. Let me show you what the
man.
No,
Let me explain something
he's
to you,
you
man.
people
You bring
tech.
the bullshit out of me
You people tech.
on Wednesdays.
You people tech.
You bring the bullshit out. And listen, man. I'll do it when I fucking feel like it. I don't feel like fucking. I'm busy right now, man.
I hear you, bro.
I got time for this right now. I'm a little angry because it's just. I watch a lot of, and this is all seriousness. You know, you watch the disingenuous ass some bitches that are out here putting out content, and they're not being really honest about these devices because they're getting paid, and I don't like it. And I can always see. You know, if you're old enough, you could see and read between the lines of these sorry motherfuckers. So I some of them I just turn them off. I just turn them off because they're not being honest to the consumers and the people out there that really want to get the information. You know what I mean? It pisses me off. So, but you know, Sean, I am not always angry. You don't know me like that. You met me for fucking 4 hours.
I don't. That would never change. Like those content creators,
it pisses me off though.
It would never change. We can fight this battle for years. It never changed. Look, anything about it is as we try to, you know, try to ignore some of that stuff, they getting bigger and bigger. And some of them, you know, I remember I used to call them tech gods because what they used to say, they go, and then when you make a video about something that's going the opposite of what they say, people attack you in the comments. Well, so and so is bigger than you. They better than you. They got a large crowd. Whatever you saying don't make sense. You lying. And so you know you get those people that come in your comments like a doodle or something like that. Say, well, you know, so and so say that it's the best cameras on the planet, but it doesn't pass a blind camera test though.
Yeah, I like watching guys that don't have a whole lot of subscribers and they're just trying to get the information out. I subscribe to them. I comment.
I watch a lot of YouTube content creators that small.
I watch a lot of YouTube comment.
Yeah.
I mean, guys that have like 200 subs. You know what I mean? Maybe I like watching those guys. You know what I mean? Because they're honest. And I thought about it, I was like, man, if I did it, I would like to go back to like old tech, not the new tech, just the old tech and see how it's aged. Kind of the way you do it. But I don't want to go as far back as you're going to go back. I'm talking about maybe 1 or 2 year, 3 year, you know, flagships, and can we revisit it? But that's already been done. But that's just the only thought that I have.
Dope, man. You can do that.
You change your name to Old Nigga Tech, not Old Nigga.
You people, and I hate you too. That's what it's going to say.
Sean, see, think about it. You have the equipment. You have the cameras. You got the audio.
I do.
You have the Instagram.
You got the bokeh.
You got the bokeh. You got everything. All you got to, you got this.
You like that, man?
We help you. You know, we got Barry. You got a whole group.
All the information. I have a plethora of information and people I have here at my disposal. So I understand that. When I decide to do it, I will reach out to all of them.
I would always tell you. I would always tell anybody, don't, you know, no push to do it. I mean, I would enjoy your videos because I know you're gonna come with no BS videos, and that's pretty cool. A lot of people need that. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is.
I think that's the funniest thing Savage has ever fucking said.
A Savage?
Black and Mad Tech. That's just hilarious. That's the funniest shit he's ever said. That is funny as shit.
Yep. All right.
And fucking, of course, Mims being the corny, fake ass Wale that he is.
I don't have to curse him out today. That's good, man.
Again,
All
nigga,
right.
I keep telling you the same shit over and over. You better pray you get to this age and look this good. Fuck you.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
he about what 19 and still wetting the diaper.
Damn,
his breath still smells like summer.
He still wearing a diaper or something.
Yeah.
I put some respect on the nigga. That nigga ain't 19. Damn.
Nah, he ain't 19. He's 34, but he's still a goddamn.
You say still a punk? Damn, Sean.
Monday, we got wine early in the morning, y'all, for Monday. And we got Lewis back on deck.
Hello.
So Lewis doing his thing. And then Tuesday, we got Gigi on Tuesday, y'all. Correct. Check out Gigi. She have articles and stuff like that. It'd be dope. Be dope, man.
Yeah.
Big House, don't engage that stupid nigga, man. Because he gonna call you old too soon. Carnezzo, don't be silly. We don't do VHS, sir.
VHS? Hey.
I've been watching The Walking Dead. I started over the whole seasons, man. I'm on season 2.
Really? That's a
again.
He wants to see how it turns out. Maybe it's different.
Right.
I don't know if
they got some new niggas in there.
No spoilers. No spoilers, everyone.
Not from the beginning.
Nah, you missed stuff, right? Easy. You probably going back and see what you missed.
I'm going back.
He wants to see Glenn, and
I want to see Glenn
OG
again too.
characters.
I go see. I'm on season 2 right now, and it's 11 seasons. Carl and Glenn
and his brother.
And
Billy brother.
Lori was that her name?
Skinny, man. Right now she's skinny. This season she's skinny.
That was the cop's wife. I hated her. I was so happy when she got killed.
Hey, man.
Hey, spoilers.
So happy.
I watched all
Rick's first wife because she got pregnant by the dude. By his
I guess I was gonna watch it.
Shut up. You got 11 seasons. What I just gave you wasn't a goddamn 1/1000th of what's going on.
Bro. I'm watching The Walking Dead all the way. Now, I always go back and revisit some of these seasons. And I'm on The Walking Dead. I'm on
see murder.
You're right, big.
I'm waiting on the House of the Dragon, right? Because I can go back and watch the first season of the House of the Dragon to get ready for season 2. No, Game of Thrones, man. I go back and I always watch Game of Thrones, man. So
I don't think I could do Game of Thrones.
I did that.
Again. I was so
I did
disappointed
that.
with that
I've never done it, and I don't.
I did Game of Thrones, and I
heart.
did Game of Thrones, and I did the Spartacus. I went back and watched Spartacus too.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, it's all good stuff.
Spartacus was that shit.
I can't believe you're going back down that road, though. That's a hell of a road to go down, bro.
But
that's like saying we'll walk back from fucking Georgia and I'm going to goddamn California. I want to go make that walk again. Jesus.
And The Walking Dead was good. Now, they got all new spinoffs on it now. So I'm refreshing myself.
I like the dictatorship
spinoffs.
I watch the spinoffs. Yeah. So I'm watching all 11 seasons. And so I can watch a spinoff. So like at night after I finish editing my video, I got my big old 48-inch monitor sitting in front of me, right?
Yeah, and I'll watch in front of you too.
Watch me about 3 or 4 episodes and stuff. So I,
got 40-ounce of Heineken in front of him too.
40-ounce of Heineken.
All right, y'all, we got to go. We're way over time, man. So, y'all, we going to see y'all next week, same bat time. I got an outro here. Thank y'all guys very much for showing up. Thank you for winding back now. JoJo.
Oh, man, that was good.
I'll let your boys, what's his name? Sean P. and Barry.
Damn. Damn. Later, everybody.